Hello, Joshua.
Hello, Nakia. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Hey, Siri, stop the music in the studio. Nice.
I didn't hear any music. What were you playing?
I was playing my EP, Drown in the Crimson Tide, on repeat.
You have an EP?
Yeah, from 2013.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So this is the birthday of this EP. The birth
Uh,
year, rather.
the birth year?
Well, it's 2023, so
Oh, it's 10 years old. Yeah.
that's what I mean. In my head, it made a lot more sense. It didn't come out that way,
It
though.
is 10 years old. Yeah. Well, um, so that would have made me 38 when I recorded and released this.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I was 8, so
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. It's Monday night. We are Nakia and Joshua, and we host a show here called SideKick Power Hour live. And this week, we're going to be doing a little bit something different than we've done the last couple of weeks. We're actually going to be working on Sidekick kind of behind the scenes stuff right at the beginning of the episode. And then about halfway through, our friend Z Machine is coming back to the show. It's been 3 years since he's been on the show.
has it been that long?
I feel like it.
I know he had a song.
He was
They had,
on one of the very first. He was in season 1 for sure.
well, yeah, but season 1 was like 2 years long. Let me see if I can find the original post of Z Machine joining us.
Well, regardless, he's going to be here tonight.
Well, now I'm curious.
We're really excited to have him back. We've got a lot of things in common, and always fun to find out what Z is catching up to. And a little birdie told me that we might be getting an exclusive scoop tonight. So
Really?
Yeah. Which reminds me, before we forget, at some point, please get Z's banners ready. Yeah.
Sure. I will try to do that. I'm not sure what banners to use, but we'll make that happen.
I would just use like one of the other ones that we've already got in there. And just put like probably just a link to their TikTok. I don't know, TikTok. Maybe. I would say TikTok.
I guess I'll look that up.
It would just be https:// TikTok.com or .net, whichever they use. I think it's com. Slash not ampersand at symbol Z Machine or Z Machine Music, whichever one.
See, you could have done that yourself.
All right. Who do we got with us this evening in the audience? Say hello. I think that's their TikTok. So
I will just test that to make sure it works, though.
great. That's exciting.
I know we have a bunch of people here.
Yeah, I don't see anybody in the comments right now, though. So I was double check and make sure we're live. If you're with us, say hello. We're glad to have you here. Don't forget, if you haven't already begun to become a subscriber to our Patreon, you can do so over at patreon.com/sidekick productions. That'd be really rad. Is it close?
Z Machine Music.
Gotcha. All right. So Z Machine will be up here later. And we will definitely be talking to them. In the meantime, we should catch up on where we are on our projects and what we can knock out either as a planning discussion or any kind of like marketing or anything else we need to do while we are waiting for our first guest.
And we have Jalen in the audience. Hello, Jalen.
Hi, Jalen. Thank you for being here.
We're very excited. It's very late or early where you are. So,
hey Siri, what time is it in Thailand?
In Bangkok, Thailand, it's 6:10 a.m.
Oh wait, it's in Taiwan though.
I'm pretty sure Jalen's in Taiwan.
That's
Yes.
right. Hey Siri, what time is it in Taiwan?
It's 7:11 a.m. in Taipei.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm at work at that hour, but people like you were sleeping. I think, Nakia.
How dare you?
Well, you keep rockstar hours, so you're working all night.
I
And
actually am up pretty early every day.
I know you are. You have a dog to walk, so
Yeah. That's mostly what it's about. So let's talk. Let's figure this out. So we know that we have a new edit of A Taste of Youth.
yeah,
So why don't the first thing we do is schedule a watch of that?
sure.
Uh,
You said you were. Did you reach out to the person you said you were going
I
to reach out?
did, yeah, and unfortunately, though, that's what it was. Unfortunately, they had a family member pass
I
yesterday
saw
morning.
that. Yes, I saw that.
So, what was their reply? Let's see what their reply was.
Their reply was no.
No, it was. They said they'd need a few days.
Of course.
So, um, so I would say, what's today's date?
Today is Monday, the 22nd.
Yeah, so maybe we could see if he is available that the second Sunday in June. That's June 11th.
Okay.
So I'm just going to put it as a tentative. Um,
Okay. That's.
that too far out?
I mean that pushes things then back.
Oh, right. So today's the 22nd. And it's down to an hour 45 now.
Yes, it is. The runtime is an hour 45.
All
And
the
hello, Gabe.
spoilers up in here. I could do it Thursday, June 1st.
I can't. I'm doing a podcast that night, actually.
I could do it I guess Monday the 29th before the stream.
I guess I can squeeze that in, yeah.
Mm,
Oh wait, I don't work that day, so yes. Because it's Memorial Day.
the 29th? Oh, right. Yeah. What about Sunday the 28th evening?
As far as I know, I'm free as of right now.
Okay. Um let me do this.
I could ask our Queen's Court friends.
If they're down, you know I'm down.
Yeah. Because we can talk to them about our other idea then for Power Hour as well then.
Right. Okay, so we'll put a pin in the Taste of Youth screening.
But we're very excited, everybody, because we've gotten it down to a very nice, tight, I think, hour 45, meaning that all of the stuff that is in there is vital and important parts of the feature film. So um, it's going to be fun to share that with everybody, I think, when it's ready. Not right now.
Yes.
This is probably the most that Nikki and I have watched anything, including the musical at this point, I think. So.
Yeah.
And we did a lot of watching of the musical, so. Plus, we listened to the songs a lot, and because we were also recording them and changing them a lot. You'll see some of that too when we write songs, because we're going to be doing some of that in the show at some point. So, because we have a bunch of songs. This is the fun part where Nakia gets lost in his.
I'm replying to Will.
I know. I'm just explaining to the audience because it went silent, so I was letting them know. There's so many times where I'm talking to Nakia, and then he's in the midst of writing something, and then he just goes silent, and I have no idea what he's doing. I don't know if he's angry at me or if he's just writing a reply or if he's reading something. It's amazing to see what happens in the silence, though. And then, of course, in the silence, that's where my head goes because I'm a Gemini. So when there's silence and I don't know what causes it, I create lots of stories about why it's caused. So,
well, here's another option, by the way.
hello, Black Bear.
We could just send Will the link and say, just watch at your own leisure. Like
We could absolutely, 100%.
Because that's all he does is watch movies. So, like if he's not working, playing with the dogs, or like eating, he's probably watching a movie or sleeping.
Sleeping? Who does that? Who has time to sleep? Yeah, we can definitely do that. Whatever works best for him.
So what's next on our little house of cards?
I mean, we have a lot of things that we have going on. We have, well, I know that you're working on a show that's coming out very soon, an episode of Demon Doctor. So that's
Yes.
coming
So
soon.
are you suggesting maybe we do some live edits of that? Or
I mean, we can if you want to, but I don't think we should. I mean, you do that on your Twitch, so and everyone should follow.
Well, it's not even so much that. It's just that I don't know that that's what these folks are here to see and
doubt
deal
that
with.
so much. But we do have to
Yeah.
talk about also the perks from A Taste of Youth's.
That's what we need to be working on. Let's start. What's the one that has the least? Well, they all only have like 2 or 3, right?
I think so. Yeah.
What's the one that has the most orders for it?
Well, I guess I'll have to pull that up since I don't know right off the top of my head.
Here, I can do that. Indiegogo, right?
Indiegogo.com.
And then let's pull it in. Log in. See if I still have this saved.
We'll see.
I do. Okay.
Excellent. Nakia and I are having slightly matching shirts because of his yellow collar.
Oh yeah. Well, I love this shirt. You debuted this shirt at the musical premiere.
This shirt?
Yeah.
I debuted it in many places, but for Power Hour, I debuted it on the musical premiere. Yes.
I thought you debuted it at the musical premiere that we did in the musical episode thing, or whatever we did at Skeleton, or the season 5 kickoff.
The very, very first thing I wore this for was the New Jersey Web Fest, the second year that we went to the New Jersey Web Fest.
Okay, no, I'm mistaken. I'm in the wrong era.
You are. You're in this is the hand-me-down era. So.
Gotcha. This campaign is closed. I knew it's closed. Where am I? There we go. Campaign insights, item, perks claimed, and donations. Okay, here we go. All right. Filtered by perk. So who has... So there were 38 total. So let's try this. Thank you. What do they get for thank you?
A thank you on social media.
Okay, let's be very clear. So let me open up another window. Okay. Okay. So that's the first thing. So, and this is easy. So, what we'll do is I'm going to pop into Photoshop. And you're going to remind me.
Hello.
Hello. Who are we saying? Hello.
Clockwork Bear.
Who? Oh, Clockwork Bear. Hi, Clockwork Bear. Ooh, looks very handsome. So let me close this because I don't need that anymore. But just remind me after Thursday to check in about that.
Hi, Chunkahedron. Don't worry about being late. Clockwork Bear, I think, appreciates your comments, Nakia.
Who does?
Clockwork Bear.
Oh, I wish they would let us like tap on that and then see who they
Oh,
are.
they probably have reasons for that.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine what they would be.
Well, less salacious reasons, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, is there a history?
What are you trying to do right now?
I'm trying to get up in this business.
That's very clear for our viewers.
Yeah, hang on 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna get you on just a second.
Sometimes when we're working together, I have to remind Nakia that I can't see what he's doing, so he has to share it with me.
Yes, so that is correct.
He forgets that. Well, he doesn't forget. He just assumes that I'm in the room with him. I think because my presence is so vivacious.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm trying to do right here. I'm sorry. I just want to get this taken care of before we go live. There we go.
Well,
well, before I bring this into the studio,
I was going to say we are live. We have people from all around the world here.
You're all around the world.
I have never been around the world. I've never been to too many other countries, really.
So my thinking is, we take this, and kind of customize it for this and say,
Hmm.
and then we lose this, and no, and this. Maybe not that. Where's the rest of this filter?
You've got a lot of layers.
Well, that's how it works, y'all.
Yeah, you're like an onion. Or an ogre. To quote your favorite animated film about ogres. Shrek 1, if you don't know.
Shrek 1. Which is the better Shrek? What do you think?
I think I've only seen Shrek 1, 2, and 3. I don't think I know I haven't seen 4. And I haven't seen any of the Puss in Boots movies.
Wow.
I think I like Shrek. I mean, Shrek 1 and Shrek 2 are both lovely films. I really think that they're both quite good.
Wow.
Shrek 2 has the really fun musical sequence that they wrote that song for, Holding Out for a Hero.
Yeah, that's what they wrote it for.
Well, yeah, it was for that movie, right?
Yes, totally.
I've never heard it before that, so yeah. So I mean, I really like that part. But Farquaad is a very good villain. And that's Shrek 1. Oh, Chunkahedron is weighing in on Shrek 2, though.
Okay, what do we got? So remember, we do have people that might be watching that can't necessarily see. So read the comment out loud.
Chunkahedron says Shrek 2. That was the comment.
Okay.
He just said Shrek 2. But Clockwork Bear also agrees because of Jennifer Saunders. And Jennifer Saunders is the one that sang that song that they wrote for the movie, Holding Out for a Hero.
All right, so let's see who we. So Johnny Blazes, Jeffrey Keys, Charlotte Borgalt, and Ashley Menard. So
Ashley Menard.
yeah.
Who's that? I've never heard of Ashley Menard. If you haven't watched Absolutely Fabulous, or I think you love Absolutely Fabulous, don't you, Nakia? Ab Fab.
I couldn't be telling. I could be saying.
Nakia might have to turn in his card, you guys. Audience members.
Johnny.
Very shocking.
Who else? Jeffrey James Keys. So should I put that whole thing?
Yes, that's the name that they're given. We respect people's names here.
Yeah, I guess that's what they want to be called. Sorry.
That's right. We respect everything.
Everything. Do we?
We don't respect everything. We don't respect intolerance. I had a very interesting conversation at work a couple of months ago. Actually, almost a year ago now. There was this complication that came up about making a statement from work about Roe v. Wade and all. And we, some of you know that I run the DEI or the diversity committee at my day job, and we put out a statement criticizing and criticizing the dissolution of Roe v. Wade and everything, and we got some pushback because of the fact that we had to respect people who whose beliefs say that this is something that we should support, and I found it very complicated because where is the line there? Because if we yes, they have their beliefs which say that they can't support abortion, but they also have their same beliefs that believe that they can't support me and my identity. And are you telling me that I have to respect them for believing that they can't support my identity? I did not get that at all, and I found it very struggling. It's still a struggle for me, really, to accept, because there is an element of intolerance. There is an element of diversity and inclusion where you don't support intolerance, and it's very frustrating. Anyway, this is me venting a little bit to everyone out here because I can, because it's something that
clock out, Josh.
Well, it weighs on my mind a lot.
I'm just kidding.
I can't help it. I care a lot about these topics, and it's part of my daily life. I mean, I make stories about worlds that deal and address these things. So
totally.
I don't think I've seen French and Saunders, Chunky Adrian, but maybe I have. I don't remember. I feel like I have seen it though. A really fun show that I love that Ab Fab reminds me of slightly, but I can't remember the name right now. It's slipping my mind. It's the one with Derek Jacobi and Ian McKellen where they are gay lovers, and like Vicious. I think Vicious is the name of it. It's a really, really fun show where they're literally very vicious to each other. And one of the co-stars is Mr. Ramsey Bolton himself.
Oh, Ramsey.
Yes. So if you like Ramsey Bolton, there you go. He's considered the sex symbol on the show, which is funny because in another show that I watch with that guy, Misfits, he is definitely not considered the sex symbol in that show. So. Okay, French and Saunders is a sketch show with Jennifer Saunders and Dawn French, which makes sense. Okay,
there's now a file in there that's called, Atoy SQ thank you in the Atoy folder under promo and promo images or something like that.
Awesome. We'll have to post that then.
Yeah, so let's go on to the next one.
I think the next one is the pin, isn't it?
Magnetic?
Oh, the magnet.
Okay, so let me see here. Magnetic. Leaf circle. So 7 claims, and so a Taste of Youth magnet. Okay, gotcha.
So, but that does depend. Are we going to stick with the Taste of Youth as the title? We haven't.
Yeah, I think we just, well, I mean, what else are we going to call it?
We've got A Taste of Youth and Wasted on the Young. I think those are our two choices.
Wow. Did we post in the Discord that we were live?
I mean, I think so. I hope so. I know I did, and I mean, I posted that we were there, so I can post right now though, in case anyone is. But Jalen's here. He found us, so.
Yeah, but Jalen's like les super fan. Super fan. How do you say super fan in French?
I don't speak French, so I don't know.
Oh, I thought you spoke French.
No, I don't speak French. I speak some Spanish.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, anyway.
Monkahedron's liking youth juice. Good luck, Jalen, with your contract call.
So, if we don't settle on a name,
that's the conflict.
Then we can't move forward with this particular thing. The social media thing. Let's see what else is here that we might be.
They all require the name because it's designing the pin, designing the shirt.
And nobody claimed that. Watch. So we. Oh, okay, gotcha. So we need a pin and a personalized thank you video for one person, and one person is. Oh, we might have messed this up. With your generous contribution, you'll be listed as a producer on the film, and you'll be invited on set to watch us we film, and possibly even get a cameo.
Well, that they donated after we finished filming, so.
Oh, gotcha.
There was that problem right there. So
I see.
We're still grateful though, and you will be listed as a producer, but you obviously can't be there on the show because we filmed we were filmed.
Gotcha. I think that was John.
I think it was John, and John is based out of another part of the country. So
yeah. So yeah. All right, great. So let me see if there's anything else that we could do. Get them all. 2 people claim to get it all. Okay, cool. All right, great. So all we have to do now is decide on a name, and then we can come back to this.
It's so hard, y'all. I am now speaking like you right now, y'all. It's so hard, Bubba and y'all. It really is. It really is. I feel like there's so much riding on the title of the movie, and
I mean, there is. It's the first introduction people have usually. So, what's been going on over at Patreon? I mean, because I know what's going on my Patreon, but you've been mostly handling the SideKick Patreon for months.
Spirit of Youth feels like it would be a sports movie. That's. I feel like the Chariots of Fire. I see them. I see us running across the. I really did not like Chariots of Fire, by the way. Have you seen Chariots of Fire?
I don't think so.
It's an '80s film that won Best Picture.
I know what the movie is.
I wasn't sure. I mean, you were too busy in the '80s doing other things. Charity work.
Growing up.
Charity work.
Watching things that were not Chariots of Fire.
A haunted sports movie, Spirits of Youth. There we go. That's our next
Spirits of the Youth League.
That's our next feature film. Next coming in 2025. Spirit of Youth, a haunted movie about rugby. I feel like that would be very popular with our crowd. Rugby horror film.
Okay, so
we're on the Patreon. I mean, we're going through a lot of deleted scenes of The Art of Blowing It, actually, right now, everyone. If you haven't done that yet.
And whatever happened to doing the music videos with Nakia's vocal versions of the outtakes?
Well, I'm making them, but you didn't like the proposal that I had for them, so I have to go back to the drawing board.
What was the proposal that I poo-pooed?
I'd have to go back and look at what you poo-pooed. But it was something. Jay has a suggestion. He thinks that the potential of the word wasted to have more than one meaning is very cool.
Yes, it is very cool. Jay's got a very handsome profile pic as well. See, and I think part of the reason I can see Jay's and the other person's was that it's like very bright. Like it looks like somebody was like, oh, this needs to look bright and crisp, so.
Chariots of Fire is a bit of a slog to get through. I guess the soundtrack is very famous. I don't remember the songs in it, but
Dun 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 dun.
I think I played that in
Dun dun dun
oh, that's pretty
dun.
cool.
Dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
I know. I never did.
Yes, you were a bassoonist.
I was a saxophonist.
Oh,
I played the alto saxophone.
that's what I also played in concert season.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, David agrees. That was you got it. That was the song.
David Addison Small says that's it.
David is a very talented musician as well. I have his album. He is a very, very good singer.
Yeah, we have a lot of David's art too.
David is very talented. Everything. David is a remarkable artist. And that song was a part of Lachu Bear's Youth that you just sang for us. It's not as good as the Blade Runner score.
No, wrong. Wait, hang on.
Did you get the wrong song?
No, I think Z might have the wrong time. So
I already spoke to him about it.
Oh, okay. Why didn't you tell me that?
Well, because we're in the middle of a show. I didn't want to make him look like he got the wrong time.
Well, if he got the wrong time, he got it from you or me.
Well,
or both, because I would have put it in the format.
More than likely, what he did was he looked and thought it was PST because Californians think they're the center of the world when we all know New York is.
Is that right?
Are you a fan of Blade? You like Blade Runner, don't you?
I love Blade Runner. You got to get in the habit of reading those comments. Our podcast listeners aren't going to have any clue what we're talking about.
Shankahedron says that both Chariots of Fire and Blade Runner score are by Vangelis.
Is it Vangelis or Vangelis?
You'd have you're the musician.
Okay, internet who's watching, Vangelis or Vangelis? Don't look it up, Josh.
I'm not. My hands are here.
Look at those chubby little fingers.
But yeah, so right now on the Patreon, to answer your question, we are going through a bunch of Art of Blowing It deleted scenes. After that, we will be getting to a special interview that's on our docket. Then we also have music videos by Nakia featuring behind the scenes work of dueling pianos and Nakia singing the vocal versions of our songs.
Okay, so I'm starting to remember something about this now.
Yeah,
it's been a minute. So
I know.
You need all the behind the scenes,
basically.
Hard G, Vangelis.
That's how Clockwork Bear says it.
Okay.
And Shankahedron thinks it's the second one because he was Greek.
The second one would have been Vangelis then,
which was what Clockwork Bear says.
Yeah.
And then Lachu Bear says Vangelis also wrote The State of Independence, which I don't know what that is. Is that a song, Nakia?
It must be because Vangelis was a composer.
Okay.
And maybe he still is. I don't even know if they're still alive.
Well, that's what Wikipedia is for.
Yeah.
Someday we'll be on Wikipedia.
If you're watching at home and you're just joined us, welcome to SideKick Power Hour Live. My name is Nakia. This is Joshua R. Pangborn. We are coming to you live on several platforms: Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, which is technically still in the background, Periscope, and YouTube. And almost all of those places is at SideKick Productions, except for the Twitter, which is at SideKick Prod.
That's right.
And we're glad to have you here joining us. If you want to make a small or large donation, you can do so over Venmo or PayPal or Cash App. And really the best thing you could do would be to join the Crooniverse over at patreon.com/SideKick Productions and help support what we are doing. And we should take a moment to figure out what we're going to do next on the show. So let's talk about that. So
well, I'm also just excited by the idea. If anyone's watching and they want to make a Wikipedia article about us, they should ask us to please do it. Because I would love for us to be on Wikipedia.
I have a Wikipedia article.
I know. If you have a Wikipedia article, we should be able to have one too.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, mine got made when I was on The Voice. So
I know.
Actually, it got made, I think, just before The Voice, to be honest.
Oh, State of Independence is a Donna Summer song. I don't know who
that is. Right. Vangelis is also like one of her main collaborators, I think.
Okay.
Giorgio Moroder or something.
Who is Donna Summer? What would I know from her?
Looking for some hot stuff, baby, this evening.
Oh, yeah, from the Full Monty.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, they wrote it for the Full Monty.
And there's now a Full Monty series coming out.
Vangelis died in 2020 or 2021.
According to
La Choubert. Well, you can read it with me.
Well, but so you're in charge of the comments.
Okay.
Right? So just to give people a little behind the scenes tea as you're sipping Diet Coke. Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi. Diet Pepsi. And if
Josh is in charge. Josh is in charge of comments as watch. Josh is in charge of comments. Show us a comment.
Well, there's nothing new to say.
Well, just show us one.
And Chonkahedron says, I know he died a couple of years ago, but we already knew that because Blotchu Bear told us that.
And I am in charge of banners.
Live. Clockwork Bear also said he wrote I Feel Love. Or Donna Summer saying I Feel Love.
She's saying, right, that's the one she did with Giorgio Moroder.
Okay.
Ooh, I feel love, I feel love, I feel love, I feel love.
The Full Monty series, is it going to have Mark Addy in it, Nakia? Because Chonkahedron would like to have more Nick and Mark Addy.
It's all the original cast.
Is it really? I didn't even know they were doing that.
Would you like to watch a trailer?
They have a trailer for it already?
Yes.
What is it going to stream on?
FX Hulu.
Really? Is it like taking place after the Full Monty film, or is it redoing the Full Monty film?
Well, do you want to watch a trailer or you want me to tell you about it?
I guess. I was a huge fan of the Full Monty, the film.
Although we might get kicked off for this, so I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we'll find out.
He was a bit mad.
For one night only, we're going for the Full Monty.
You want to get yourself a proper bloody job.
You could go places if you wanted. You're a dad. I just hope you don't wake up one day and realise what you've missed.
You're pregnant.
I'm not bloody pregnant.
Thank God for that.
Graffiti art. Sheffield's next big thing.
Whatever crazy scheme he's cooked up, just say no.
I am the voice of the one calling from the wilderness. You are a schizophrenic winner.
Oh my God. She's bullying. They shouldn't be tolerated.
You're all right for fat bloke, you know.
If things are tricky at your mum's, you can always come and stay at mine if you like.
You're always so down on him. People change, you know. And what's that noise?
Police helicopter. It's all right, it's going. Going. It's gone. This is going to be the greatest comeback. The snowflakes have taken over the asylum.
This place is a madhouse.
I know you. Know you. I'll put it. You were strippers. Are you still doing it?
What do you think?
Yes.
Bless you.
Sorry. I'm apparently allergic to Mark Addy.
It doesn't. I mean, okay. That it has all the same cast. I mean, it is a sequel. I too, Blood Sugar Bear, did not know they were doing a sequel. Let alone as a streaming series with the original cast. Will there be stripping in it? Who knows? It's interesting though because both the leads are now bona fide genre fiction stars. Because the person who played the main character, who I can't remember his name right now, Robert, I think. But either way, he was obviously in all the seasons of Once Upon a Time, which is a very famous series on ABC.
The Scottish guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Robert Carlyle. Thank you,
Robert
Chunky Adrian.
Carlyle.
I knew you would come through because he's British or Scottish, and you know you're Scots. So Robert Carlyle was on the series Once Upon a Time, which I think most of us watched because we love fairy tales, and who doesn't?
I watched a big chunk of it, and then once they started crossing over with like the Jafar stuff, I was like, okay, I'm out.
Because you hate Jafar?
No, it felt like, I don't know, it was cute at first, but then it was just like I couldn't keep up with which fairy tale was which. It was like,
I think I checked out when they started doing the Frozen season.
That's where it was. But this is before I had seen Frozen, so that's probably why.
And then, of course, Mark Addy is famous for a little series called Game of Thrones, which we all know about. Robert Carlyle was in Trainspotting. That is one of Paul's favorite movies, actually, I believe.
Yeah, because Paul's a freak.
Now he just enjoys.
He loves Danny Boyle.
He does. Oh, I don't know if he loves Danny Boyle. He likes Danny Boyle's 28 Days Later. He likes and he loves Trainspotting. So maybe he does like Danny Boyle.
I mean, he does. What about Sun Spot?
I know that
Sunstreak or whatever it was called.
Alex
Sunshine.
We watched it. I don't know if he particularly loves it.
I didn't really like it.
I wasn't a huge fan of Slumdog.
I didn't see it.
So,
up until this point, right now, I thought that was a foreign language film.
No, Slumdog Millionaire is a film that takes place in India, but it was created by Danny Boyle.
Oh, okay. So, is it bad that I've never seen it?
If you want to support Danny Boyle films, then I guess it's a bad thing that you did not see it. Much like if you want to support SideKick production shows, you should see all of our other shows besides Skeleton Crew. If you're not,
well, there's definitely a lot of other stuff to watch out there in the Crewniverse.
I'm so excited though. Then June 14th. That's very soon. I have not seen a trailer for this at all until you showed it to me. So they're not doing a very good job of advertising it. The Full Monty I'm talking about now. Trainspotting is sentimental for Chunky Hedron. I myself did not see it for a very long time. I wonder, Chunky Hedron thinks it's one of the best Scottish cultural exports of the past 30 years. Have you seen Ned's Chunky Hedron?
Brian Sims followed me on Instagram.
He follows me on Twitter.
Well, he already followed me on Twitter, but then he just followed me, and I sent him a note and said, "Thank you. I hope you're well." And he said, "I'm sorry it took me that long to fix the mistake."
Excellent.
And I'm doing great, and I hope you are too. He's always so great.
Brian Sims, if you don't know, is a politician from Pennsylvania who is probably identifies with the bear community, I think. So.
Well, if he doesn't identify with the bear community has absolutely been identifying with him. That's for sure.
So Chunky Hedron has seen the movie Ned's. The reason I bring that up is because Skeleton Crew actress Kat Murphy from season 1, who plays Veronica, is one of the actresses who appears in the movie Ned's. Ned's is a very thickly spoken Scottish accented film. So I think Kat recommended that we watch it with subtitles because of the accents.
Speaking of Game of Thrones, I think it's so random and awesome that
George R.R. Martin follows you too?
No, that my friend Paul, who is the drag queen Christine, it's their birthday, or at least it was when they posted this, and the top comment was from Gwendolyn Christie.
Oh, I love Gwendolyn Christie.
And then I kept scrolling, and Michael Stipe wished Paul Swallow a happy birthday. Like, I would shit myself.
I don't know who that is, but that's awesome.
Oh my God. I've heard it all. You don't know who Michael Stipe is?
What did he act in? Was he on Broadway?
No, sir. Well, he may have done something like that, and he may have even acted.
Awkward Bear says something about REM.
Yes, he's the lead singer and founder of REM.
Oh, I know that. They're the one that's singing about the corner.
Yes. That's where you stand. Yeah, that's right.
Right. Gwendolyn Christie and Christine together is just goals, according to John Kahedron.
There's photos of them together. It's wild. It really blows my mind. It really, really does. Everybody's got famous friends. It's fine, but it's just cute that it's random. I think it's so random. I love it. And last weekend they were Paul ended up backstage with Dave Grohl like all weekend.
Walker Bear says there's more and better stuff than Corner.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, most of their finer work is the first probably the first 8 years of their career, and then while Green is a fantastic album, one of my favorite records of theirs that's probably, in my opinion, one of their last great records is Automatic for the People. And that's where this tattoo comes from.
Okay.
This tattoo is based off the song Find the River.
I know a song about There's a River Inside You from the musical Urinetown. Is it very similar to that?
No, but I know that there's a local high school that did a production of Urinetown this season.
Really? That's unexpected, considering it's usually considered too risque for high schools.
Well, in the Austin School District, they got it. Losing My Road, everyone, yeah.
Two Bear thinks we should do a weekly segment of songs that Joshua should know.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea. Hang on. Let's go to
Chunky Hedron says that he saw Christine a few years ago and cried. It was life-changing.
I mean,
is Christine a UK queen?
No.
American-based?
Yes. Here, let me I'll pull Christine out.
Pull up a photo. Let's see this Christine. Is it like Christine Daae from Phantom of the Opera? Or Christine the Car from Stephen King? Is it a fusion of the two? That would be amazing. My drag inspiration is Christine the Car from Stephen King.
You want to put me in?
Where you're in.
I am your new celebrity. I am your new America. I am the piece of filth they make that you take home and treat to yourself. Watch and whack it while I work it. Cross your face, ain't no disgrace. This is the place to slip your dirty junk inside me. I'm a celebrity. I'm what you want to be. Come take a piece of me and burn it in your back room. Piggy, pork chop. Don't stop. Slap up that slop. Just push that pain away with that crap y'all eating every day. Talking magazines, babies busting seams, money making dreams. I ain't got them. I don't want them. I see the shit y'all reading. I smell the bitch y'all breathing.
That's at the mall.
What was
And then
that?
they
Sit down and terrorize up on mine. African mayonnaise, African mayonnaise, African mayonnaise. African mayonnaise, African mayonnaise, African mayonnaise. African mayonnaise, African mayonnaise, African mayonnaise. African mayonnaise, African mayonnaise, African mayonnaise.
You've been to that mall?
Yeah, of course.
Was it in Austin?
I think so. I think it's Barton Creek Mall.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm sure at some point.
How did you mute the screen?
Well, because I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Oh.
I was trying to give attention to you. So back to what we're back to working. So we have to decide in our title which
Wait, we are working.
I know,
but we've got a new segment.
We have a brand new segment now. Yes. Is that a
welcome to Songs Joshua Should Know?
I can't wait.
This week we'll be testing Joshua's musical prowess.
Or lack thereof. For whatever reason, Josh is terrible at music. I don't know why.
Let's pick. So if you're in the audience right now watching SideKick Power Hour live, comment one song that you think Josh should know, and then I'm going to pick from your choices, your requests. So we're going to give you just a minute to think about it, because we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back.
Sound is speeding, cameras are rolling. This is day one, take one of...
Why do you have two different cameras?
What?
Oh god, this footage is gonna look like shit. I've got a crucial audition, and it is imperative that everything go flawlessly. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
What if we said no?
Are you okay?
We have a fabulous guest for you today.
Yeah, you want to talk about Emmy? She's great.
So glad that Emmy's making a comeback. Although I suppose, did she really go anywhere? She's just been sort of bumbling around, hasn't she?
Do you know who I am?
You are a has-been from the 90s, Emmy Hart.
She is brilliant, strong, and she is so humble.
I'm the glue that holds Emmy together. So without me, she's just kind of like a fart in the wind.
Felix, do you sleep with my mom?
No.
Sex in my 60s is the best of my life.
What the are you doing?
You have chlamydia and gonorrhea.
Well, I already know that. What's the good news?
Emmy, you need these eye drops because of your drug problem. Look at how red your eyes are.
Oh my god.
I'm overcome with emotion too!
Wow, that's a nice bra.
I am so proud of you for exploring your sexuality one micro-orgasm at a time.
Can you make me feel good? Please, can you just make me feel good? Please.
Oh my god! How?
Come back later, and we'll do the scene again. Out of my way.
Can't wait.
You can stream season 1 of The Art of Blowing It over at theartofblowingittheseries.com and check out this fabulous creation from Ashley Monique Menard that is produced and co-starring Joshua R. Pangborn. A lot of fun that one is. So going back here for folks at home, what song should Joshua know about this week? You can give me some choices to choose from in the comments right now, and then I'm going to decide. So let's see who is our first, who chimed in first.
I think Chonkahedron did.
Okay.
With something called The Cure.
Okay, first of all, don't act like you don't know who The Cure is. It's Friday, I'm in love. Saturday, wait. Sunday always comes too late. Okay, Love Cats.
Sing me the chorus.
Love Cats.
It sounds like something from Garfield or Heathcliff.
Okay, Fascination Street. No. Okay. All right. So you what? If you've heard this song, then you need to tell us at the beginning. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Hang on.
Are you playing something? Because
you don't hear it?
No, I just see you bouncing.
Oh, that's wild. How can you not hear that? You heard the other thing earlier. Put me in.
Got it.
Wrong tab, bro.
That's the only tab in there.
By the way, I used to work at a cave, so this video always tripped me out. Sound familiar?
No.
It's hurting my heart.
Blatchu Bear thinks that you should bring me to a Cure concert this year since they're on tour in New York.
We just missed them. They were just here in Austin. I mean, you should see them. They're incredible live.
I've only been to 3 concerts in my life, and 2 of them are Tom Goss's. I'm sorry, 4 concerts. 2 of them are Tom Goss's. 1 is yours, and 1 is something called the Disco Biscuits. So,
all right, what song should Joshua know about this week? So the love song is one. Let's go ahead. We'll go through all of them. Let's see what we got.
Clockwork Bear says something called Disco Man.
Okay, well, this is something that I don't even know. So let's take a listen. Hang on.
Oh, stumped you. That's exciting. This is deep in the archives then, Clockwork Bear, because I don't think I've ever said a name that Nakia doesn't know.
Put me in.
Take my hand, disco man. Are you just a one-night stand? Have some fun, jump the gun. But what's left when it's all done? But who are you taking for a ride? Disco man. Better to run or less too hard. Disco man. Disco man. Tall and neat, watch his feet. Got the gist, he's all complete. Understand, disco man's heading for the garbage can. Have you just crossed a bridge too far? Disco man, jump in a cab and steal a car. The worst in the land. Disco man,
I feel like this could be like from Crooked Cabaret or something. We could write. We would write something like that.
It's almost like ska.
Apparently, Clockwork Bear says old punk.
Yeah, it's like punk, but it had kind of a ska vibe. What song should Joshua know about this week?
Now, Blatchu Bear says, "Baby Got Back," but I do know this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is.
I definitely know this one.
Next,
this is the wrong song about large buttocks.
What song should Joshua know about this week?
Chonkahedron also suggests "Hammer Smashed Face" by Cannibal Corpse.
Okay,
I've never even heard the band, so.
Well, if you thought that this is death metal, oh, what?
Hammer Smashed Face.
Put me in.
You're in. That's a really graphic and fun cover image.
Yeah. We have to get some graphics to go along with this segment so that we can, like, if you love it, put a love it graphic up. What song should Joshua know about this week? We got a few more minutes before we have to get back at it. So
Just Like
okay, we
Heaven.
can't do another Cure song though. Can't be another Cure
song. Okay. Paul suggests Black Sabbath.
Are you familiar with the song?
I know the band's name.
Okay. Okay, if you want to put me in.
You're in.
You're finished with your woman, right?
Oh, I know this, yeah.
I was going to say, this has been in 1,000 horror movies that you've seen, probably.
Well, I just remember the da-da-da.
The what?
The da-da-da.
One more time.
Da-da-da.
We were losing the fingertip.
I'm sorry.
What song should Joshua know about this week?
That's all that we have in the audience. But Clockwork Bear does say something about, did you hear Corpse Grinder on Igor's Parpang?
No,
None of those words make any sense to
I
me.
don't think we're going to tonight. But so I haven't done my pick for a song that you should know this week, though.
Please
Okay.
lay it on me.
I'm gonna think about it for a second.
Oh, Black Shoe Bear has something called Seven Nation Army.
There's no way you don't know that too. That's White Stripes. It's a dun 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 dun. Hang on, I was thinking. I want to bring it back to something topical, especially because we've got Z Machine coming on. So I want to play something that would be a good segue into that segment here.
Clockwork Bear wants to know if we're supposed to give an example of something he should know that everyone else does. And yes, that's the thing, Clockwork Bear. Apparently, I have a blind spot in my media knowledge when it comes to music. I spent a great deal of my childhood only watching movies and television, and when I listened to music, it was only on Broadway show tunes. So when it comes to what everyone else knows, I tend to not really know most songs. So
okay, I'm going to pick something that's old school that I don't think you will know. I don't want to go 80s divas because you usually end up, maybe it's because you like drag queens. I don't know.
Because 80s divas are on Broadway often. So
well, that's true.
Don't forget, there's a lot of jukebox musicals like Rock of Ages. So
sure. What about Walking in Memphis? Do you know that song?
I know where Memphis is.
So, all right. Well, am I in?
You are.
Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta blues in the middle of the pouring rain. WC Handy, won't you look down over me? Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be. Then I'm walking in Memphis, just walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. Walking in Memphis, but do I really feel the way I feel?
So good.
Never heard it before, no.
Wow.
But David Addison Small loves this. So
Loves that song or loves this segment? And why hasn't David Addison Small given us a song that Joshua should know this week?
Clockwork Bear is suggesting, based on this new knowledge of what we're doing, something called New Order.
Okay.
And David Addison Small says both.
It looked like he said Biff.
Well, he said Biff, but he meant both.
All right. Well, this has been fun. We've definitely enjoyed playing this. I think we should definitely bring this back
Because there's plenty of music I don't know. So
yeah, this could be fun. This gets into one of the things that I was hoping I would hear from my friend Elizabeth today, and I thought maybe I was supposed to text her. I thought she was going to text me, but she has had experience as a podcaster. You know, I want to be able to use songs like this in the podcast, so I got to figure out, you know, what's the legal way that we get away with that. I think it's, you know, probably like a certain amount of time that you can play
Probably.
songs, you know.
You have your friend who works in this industry, so
yes.
Clockwork Bear thinks it's 8 seconds, but who knows these days? Which is true, because they're constantly changing these rules.
Yeah. I just saw this recently because I kind of looked it up the other day and I found something, but I don't think it was. Okay, so maybe fair use?
Probably. I think I also remember seeing that there is no actual fair use. I remember reading something somewhere about that. So it's all very confusing stuff. And that's how lawyers get to make money, because they keep it confusing. But if you're a lawyer, we support you in your choice of work.
Interesting. Spotify has a feature now for their podcast where it doesn't play the song, it links for you to go play it in Spotify.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta look into this because I know people are doing it, so I just gotta figure it out.
Well, that's why I'm always so confused by the people who sell covers of songs. Like,
well, that's the difference.
I know they have the rights to them.
Right. That's easy. So, like, for instance, the way that works is it's so democratized that, you know, you essentially, your distributor, if they, like, for instance, Blues Grifter, my album that's all blues covers, is distributed by TuneCore, and TuneCore has a division called TuneCore Publishing. So what I do is I basically go to them and I say, hey, I'm going to pay you $60 or whatever it was for this album, for you to then go to these music publishers and let them know that I'm selling their a version of their song, and before you give me my money, give them theirs.
But these people are selling Disney songs. Do you think
Same thing?
Really?
Any song that has ever been released You immediately once it's published, anybody can cover it.
So we could do an album of Skeleton Crew presents Disney songs?
Yes.
Well, that's exciting. We should do that.
Yeah, anybody can cover it. You just have to pay the licensing fee.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Now
you could have done the version of the song from the Fantastics that we were using for the trailer at one point.
Different scenario.
Okay, how so?
That's a sync license. That requires a sync license.
Okay.
So, if you're gonna use a track that's synced to film, then it's a separate sync license. You still pay the royalty for using it. I believe is my understanding. If it's something that people buy, but if it's synced to music, then you have to pay it. And that's why, for instance, people are always asking James Gunn questions like, "Is there any song that you wish that you could have got the rights to, but you just couldn't?" Because it costs lots of money to get famous songs.
Chunky Hedron thinks we should do Skeleton Crew presents Disney and Hammer Smash Face.
No. That's too funny. We do have a death metal singer on Skeleton Crew.
We do, yes.
Yeah.
We actually have one on one on Demon Doctor as well.
Well, but I mean we've seen them sing death metal on
Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton
Yeah.
in season
Hunter Thor.
Yeah.
Hunter Thor is part of a band called Plague of Jackals.
Yeah. So we've got about 10 minutes until we have Z Machine pop in. Any other stuff that we need to cover?
Well, we have to pick a title, so we know that's on our to-do list.
Okay.
You're working on Demon Doctor episode 5, so that's on your to-do list.
That's on my to-do list starting tomorrow morning.
We're watching. We're probably watching A Taste of Youth or whatever we're going to call the movie on Sunday. That's on our to-do list.
Yes.
I am in the middle of pre-production because we're going to start filming soon on our new series that we're filming in 2 weeks. Or starting production in 2 weeks. So that's on my to-do list. And I think that's about it for now. And then you and I have to continue developing our musical series that we're working on. So.
Correct.
And that's on our to-do list. We have a lot of to-do lists, which I love lists because I love getting things done and I love accomplishing them. And sometimes I make Nakia want to pull his hair out.
Yeah.
That's his reaction to yes. Oh, Clockwork Bear just Googled Hunter Thor and learned more about Plague of Jackals.
Oh, cool.
If you also want to Google Chadwick from season 2 of Demon Doctor, he's also in death metal band. Which we haven't seen much of him yet. We've seen 1 episode of him so far. Oh, are you getting somebody ready for a song?
Yeah, of course. I'm just trying to decide which one I want to use.
You should get one that sounds like him singing.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. And then I wanted to pull up over here.
For those of you who are sitting through almost an hour and a half conversation with me and Nakia, this is often how most of our conversations go, even when we're not streaming, because we'll just go off in a million places in my little Gemini brain, and Nakia will be trying to be like, "You're too much," because Nakia is not a Gemini. You're a what, Nakia?
Pisces.
An Aquarius. This is the dawn. No, you are a Pisces, the fish person. You're just like Arthur from Aquaman. Also, what happens sometimes is that my brain works faster than my mouth, so things just don't come out properly when I'm really excited or talking a lot. That's the joy of being me sometimes. But David Aston Small says we're both cute.
You and Z Machine?
You and me, I think. Is what you're saying.
Well, thank you so much, David. Appreciate that. Okay, so we're gonna have some fun chatting with Z.
When's the last time you've seen Z in person? Have you seen Z in person? Have you ever met?
Yeah. Yep. We have.
When is the last time you saw him?
Well, I'll talk about it on the show.
That sounds exciting. That's really great. Chunky Adrian says he's got a point. I'm assuming that I'm giving time for the viewers to read it as well and process. Chunky Adrian says that he's got a point, and I'm assuming that he means David Aston Small saying that we're both cute. Or it could be something else. Unclear, but correct. What color are you dyeing your hair next? Because I know that's coming soon, isn't it?
No.
No, you're gonna keep this color?
Oh, I'm gonna. It'll fade out, and then
it's looking a little lighter. That's why I was asking. Oh, you were gonna go silver, you said, or white. You wanted to try the James Gunn look. I remember now.
I don't want to try it. It's already happening. I just want to accelerate it, but we'll see.
Did you watch the Chainsaw Awards last night?
No, I'm gonna stream them later.
I know you're such a big proponent of Fangoria, and we even got shout out about that.
Yeah, we did. That's very, very cool.
Yeah, Phil Noble from Fangoria responded to us and corrected us. Also, we were supposed to correct what you said. What was it? You said that there's about 6 released a year of the Fangoria.
7, I thought.
And he's corrected us to 4. So
gotcha.
So I promised him that we would correct it on this next stream. So if you get a subscription to Fangoria, you're getting something that only people can get 4 times a year. So
I've got mine.
And Nakia has his. So you don't.
I almost bought the really fancy boxes you can get for the issues.
To make them stand up better in the.
Yeah, and to keep them, free of dust and stuff.
Oh, like a comic book collector with the jackets and all that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very nice.
I bet it is. Fangoria does some great work, and they just did the Chainsaw Awards for anyone who doesn't know. Horror, as you might realize, doesn't get a lot of love in the industry when it comes to awards in the mainstream industry. So what Fangoria does is they do something really awesome called the Chainsaw Awards, and the Chainsaw Awards are focused on only horror, and they do some great award-winning films. I was really excited to see some of the winners, but I won't spoil it for Nakia. So. That is a nice slipcase.
What did you call it?
Slipcase. It's a slipcase.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool.
Yeah. How many can fit in one?
It depends on. So there's one of them fits. So it'll hold 7 issues of Volume 2 and up to 15 issues of Volume 1.
Okay, it depends on how many.
Volume 1 is anything before the current run of like the last few years.
Gotcha.
I guess.
So it's not quite 2 years worth of material for the new stuff then.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. All right. Well, any moment now we'll be joined by our friend Z Machine, and wow!
Look at that, you are.
I mean, literally, it's like I summoned Z Machine from the darkness into the studio. I said it, and then there they were. I think that this is correct, and we're gonna have them help us to figure it out. But this is Z Machine.
Oh. I'm live already.
Yeah, boom.
Okay, work. Why not?
We threw you in there. We threw you to the wall.
Yeah, I was told I would have 5 minutes in the green room before you brought me live, but the show must go on.
The question is,
is
it so? It's Z Machine Music on TikTok, but it's Z Machine on Twitter and Instagram, right?
No, it's just Z Machine on Instagram.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's Z Machine Music everywhere because that was the only place where I could get that handle, the simple handle.
Gotcha.
There was actually a guy who had that handle for years, and I hit him up being like, hey, I don't know how attached to this you are, but if you ever feel like changing it, I would love it. And he was like, I kind of feel like I might hang on to it, but I'll let you know. And then one day during the pandemic, he was like, hey, so I changed it. So feel free to take it. And you can't take it for 2 weeks after someone changed it. So I literally put in my calendar, nab that username. So long story long, that's that.
I love that. Well, trust me, as someone with the name Nakia, I totally get how difficult it can be to snag a specific username. And Josh, of course, for years had SideKick Prod NY on YouTube until somebody let it go.
That's so specific.
Well, they were very limited in the early days on how many characters you could have.
Oh, that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
So this is the early days, which I'm dating myself now. But
there you go. I date myself all the time. You know, it's not good.
I know.
I was going to ask you if you were dating anybody. I haven't seen anything on social or anything.
I'm working on me.
Oh, good for
Let's
you.
just say.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Joshua asked me before you popped into the, to the green room if you and I had met in person. I said yes. We finally got to meet last year.
Yeah, we finally crossed paths. I feel like it was about dang time.
Yeah, it was really fun. We bumped into each other at Bigger Vegas.
Was that yeah? Okay, yeah, it was Vegas. Yeah,
yeah. And I was like, that was really fun. And you weren't performing there, and I wasn't performing there.
Just a patron.
Right, just a patron. And I had such a great time. That that was my first Bigger Vegas. I don't think it'll be my last. I did hear, by the way, Josh, from Garrett recently asking about doing some stuff. So we'll see.
Because they aren't like every year type of thing. They're just sort of like whenever we feel like it. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I think it's every other year, but the pandemic might have put a spin on that. I think
so it's like the Olympics. Okay,
it did. No, it did. They are the Olympics of bear events. So
in many ways.
Yeah, there was. I did see what looked like a lot of competition going on. Yeah. So
there was a lot of.
But at the end of the day, everyone's a winner.
That's right. That's right. And you and I are winners because we're going to get to perform at Cannonball together.
I know. I was very excited. I'm excited because I did perform last year, but it was at the banquet event, and this year it's at like the pool party stage, and so I was very excited about that because it's a great time.
Man, I've never been to a Cannonball, so this will be my first time at Cannonball.
Yeah, it's a very good time. I think you'll do well there.
Okay, good. last time you were there, I believe you performed with Big Dipper, and maybe Tom Goss was also on the bill.
I didn't actually perform with the either of them. I don't remember if Tom was there. Maybe Dipper was. Tom was at Vegas.
Gotcha.
Dipper was at Cannonball.
Gotcha.
But we didn't perform together, but he performed at the pool party stage. But that was my first time meeting him, and he was lovely. So,
y'all, I'm about to date myself, and Big Dipper. We did.
We'd all love to date Big Dipper, I'm sure.
So sweet and cute and sassy. The first time we met was we were both doing a Barracuda.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and this was in 2012
Whoa,
or 2013.
Okay. What city?
This was
San Francisco. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, actually, that was not just a normal Barracuda. Actually, I think that was the one year that Matt tried to pull off Bear Pride in San Francisco.
Okay.
And it was a multi-stage event, and I was in one venue, and then Big Dipper was in the last, I think the last night's party.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was my first time seeing Big Dipper perform live, and I was just blown away. I was like, "Oh my god, he is moving!"
He puts on a very good show. Was that what ended up being like Barrison Street Fair or something like that?
You know what? I don't know, but I saw that last year. Yeah,
similar type of. If there was ever a Bear Pride, that would be it. I feel like.
Yeah, there used to be Bear Pride Chicago. Years ago.
Okay.
And that was like the premier Bear Pride event. And it was a 3-day run. It was usually held the same weekend as IML, International Mr. Leather.
Oh, yeah.
In Chicago.
Isn't that happening like next week?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because it usually always happens around Memorial Day.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Bear Pride did as well. And I performed at a couple of Bear Prides. Those were great events. One of my favorite things about Bear Pride or memories from Bear Pride is the first time that Growler came out. I was at a Bear Pride that year.
All right.
And I will never forget. It was so weird because I got a notification. I looked down and it said nice hat. And I looked at my profile picture and I wasn't wearing a hat. And I was like, oh, this person's in the room with me. And I felt really creeped out at first. And so I was like, whoa, I don't know if I'm going to use this app. It's really creepy. And of course, now I can't stay off of it.
Yeah, 12 years later.
Right.
Yeah.
I kill Bear Pride because I went to the last one and they said we can't have this kind of Okay, Ninja Tyler Black. Well, so that's in October though. It's so far away.
Yeah. Oh, October is going to be kind of a busy month for me, actually, now that I think about it.
Why is that?
I have a few out of town gigs booked up and some. Of course, I bring this up now, and I'm like, I don't know if I can announce this stuff yet. But
sure,
it's like this fall is going to be secret project or whatever they say. Right. Good stuff coming now.
That's great. That's great.
But Cannonball, I think, is the only one that is publicly confirmed. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've done a few Club Chubs, I think, or Chub Club.
Yeah. Club Chub. Because I know Greg, the organizer of that.
Right.
I've known him for quite a few years, and he'd been saying, because I think that was a party that they did in LA back in the aughts or something. I'm not completely sure about that. And then he moved, but he wanted to bring it back. But I think he doesn't live in LA right now.
Okay.
But he brought it back and just to see how it would do. It went really well. He decided to make it a monthly thing here. But he was always saying that if we do it, I want you to perform at the first one.
Oh, good.
So and I'll be performing at the one in July because that will be their year anniversary.
I love that.
So yeah, it's been going really well. It's been going so well to the point where they don't even charge a cover anymore.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, there's the market.
Really oh, there's definitely market. Yeah, it's fascinating to me. I just performed at Western Exposure.
Oh yeah.
The first time that West had live music and live comedy, which was we did kind of a mixture of both. And in fact, next week's guest is it was me, Chris, and Joseph Sless. I can't say it with my rubber band. Sless.
Close enough.
But this is, you guys know each other.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, okay. And I learned this at Western Exposure for the first time. Right. So that's who's going to be on our show next Monday.
Oh, nice. He'll be a lot of fun.
So we had funny. He popped into a Twitter Spaces that I was in the other day, just randomly.
Oh,
and I was like, while he was in there, I was like, oh shit, I should invite him on the show. Yeah. So
nice.
because we really the new format.
What was the space?
It was
the only Twitter Spaces I hear are like.
Actually, this is right up your alley. It was Larry Flick.
Yeah.
So Larry Flick was hosting a space, and he was talking about new music. So if you've got new music and you need Larry's email address, I can send it to you. And he's a big fan of Dave Audet.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, but he's been writing about dance music and queer music.
Nice.
Since the 80s, maybe. I mean, for Billboard. He was one of the main dance people for Billboard, and then he went on to Sirius XM, and now he's moved to the UK, and I think he might still have a Sirius XM show. I'm not sure.
I think he does, because this is day job reveal for one of the jobs I do social media for a musical nonprofit organization, or LGBT nonprofit, and the director of that has been on Larry Flick's show, so I'm familiar with who he is, and I've posted about him, so I definitely knew who he was. I didn't know that he wrote for Billboard and all that, but that's really cool.
Yeah, he posted an article the other day that it was a scanned in article, a little blurb about a Gloria Estefan track from 88 or 90 or something like that, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that song. It was a great tune. People forget Gloria Estefan has a shitload of great songs.
I'm so young. I don't know. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
Yeah.
you did something last week, 2 weeks ago now, that I thought was very cool. You got to be a part of Drag Isn't Dangerous.
Oh yeah.
And so I wanted you to talk a minute about Drag Isn't Dangerous. And then we're going to segue into a little bit about Drag Race.
No. Oh, yes. Oh, that's what I came to do. Oh, yeah. No, you were like, you did something 2 weeks ago. And I'm just like, I hope you know, because I don't remember. No, it was, I have a friend who does a lot of work with Producer Entertainment Group, who put that on. And he was very kind in being able to get me the hookup with a spot on that. There was the free live stream, and then there was the ticketed version that had like more performances and stuff like that. So I was on that. They had us. It was pre-taped, so I filmed a couple videos. I gave 2 of them to them. They ended up choosing. I was like, just choose whichever one you think fits best. And they ended up choosing a cover song that I filmed, which I can maybe talk about later. But it was really, I was really happy to be a part of that, because drag is just something that I think has made most queer people's lives better, even if they don't know it.
Yep.
And so if that is in danger, then hell yeah, I'm gonna try to do what I can to stand up for that.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you did, and I'm glad you got that chance to be a part of that thing, because
they raised like $500,000. That's insane.
It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
We watched, I paid the $20 to get the extra performances and stuff, and I was just really impressed, not just with the fact
I didn't.
that
Actually, no, they gave me a free link, but yeah.
Not just that they had, put it all together, because during the pandemic, I helped organize several things like this that were very similar with like performances and stuff. It is a lot of work, but I was really impressed with how much money they raised. And
yeah.
It was really, really cool. And I think they should do more of that sort of thing. I think it was really, really rad. So the video that you're talking about, I believe that you've posted a couple of TikToks of this past week. Have you not?
Yeah, I mean, over the past couple months or so, I've been teasing it a little bit. It's kind of irritating how that works on TikTok, because I'll just sort of like throw little demos out there just to kind of like test the waters a little bit, and sometimes they'll take off and sometimes they won't, and if they do, people are gonna be like, drop it immediately, and it's like, it's not done yet. So but I am putting out I figured that this would be a good thing to do kind of for Pride Month. I covered Whitney's How Will I Know, because I don't know, I just feel like that is just kind of pop music euphoria. I feel like it's already very queer in nature and just by energy, and I feel like having a male presenting person kind of cover that without changing the pronouns, just kind of putting my own spin on it, and with the energy and the production, the vibe of that song, it very much kind of fits into the style of what I'm doing lately, and so it just felt right. And I'd also just seen the biopic, and so I was very just
I haven't seen it yet. I feel like a really bad gay.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it, but I remember that scene and I was just like, damn, this is a banger. So and I liked it because it's like, it's not overplayed. I don't feel like I love it to death, but I feel like I could not listen to I Want to Dance with Somebody for another 10 years and be fine.
Sure.
But I feel like this one, I was just like, I don't know. I wanted to put my own spin on it. I think it's really gonna. I think people are gonna dig it.
Well, we're gonna give people a little TikTok preview here. So this is from Z Machine's TikTok. You can follow Z Machine Music on TikTok or Twitter. And let me give it a little.
Oh, there she is.
Play.
How will I know? How will I know if he really loves me? I say a prayer with every heartbeat. I fall in love whenever we meet. I'm asking you what you know about these things. How will I know if he's thinking of me? I try to fall, but I'm too shy. Oh, baby, love is so bittersweet. This love is strong, why do I feel weak?
So much fun.
Thank you so much.
that-
I had a good time doing that one. It was actually really nice because I didn't have to write it. So-
I saw you filming. I saw you posting and filming in a diner, and I didn't know what song you were singing and posting, doing so. So now I can put the pictures in the video
There you
together.
go.
There we
Yeah,
go.
that was part of the video that they aired on Drag Isn't Dangerous. And it was really, we just, we booked this one studio downtown in LA, and it had like 8 different sets just like in one room, like next to each other in these little like
one of those
cells. And this one just kind of seemed to fit the vibe best. So
I love it.
Yeah, I'm excited to let the world have it.
George Jr. can't wait to hear the full cover, and I think we all agree with you there. So
yeah, thank you.
Now, Z, you said you're going to release this as a single.
Yeah. So I'm actually announcing that tomorrow.
Gotcha.
But I kind of wanted to make it like a little like, not like it's been a secret that I've been working on it. Like it's been aired. It's been, I've been teasing little clips of it, but I haven't, I'll like post the cover art tomorrow and like give the release date and everything like that. But I am going to announce that tomorrow.
Well,
officially.
thanks for sharing that with us tonight.
Yeah, of course. Timing worked out nicely.
Drag Isn't Dangerous. Obviously, pretty much any drag queen that is remotely a drag queen was on this thing. It had everybody, I feel like. But it definitely had some of this season's drag queens on there from the current season of All Stars. So the first thing we wanted to ask you is, do you like the original All Stars rules that we're in now, or did you prefer the winners rules for the winter season?
That's tough because I actually feel like the All Stars rules we are playing with now are the second iteration of the All Stars rules, because now they have this whole lip sync assassin thing, which, to be honest, I'm not like a huge fan of, because it kind of feels like we're going to bring in this element in at the 11th hour to make a very big decision that doesn't really have to do with any of the competitors. But it's but it's fine. It's, we get to see an old, fan favorite. I feel like it's good exposure for the queen. We get some good lip syncs. We can guarantee a good show.
Right.
I feel like the format for the winners season works better for winners, because it would suck to be the winner that goes home first,
Sure.
So I feel like that was a good call for that format. I do kind of wish we could go back to the top 2 All Stars format of, like seasons 2 through 4.
5.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Oh no, 5 was the first one that they introduced the assassin format. I remember, because that was the first one that came out during the pandemic, which was
so long ago. It feels like.
So yeah, but I don't know. I'm enjoying the season so far, though.
I am too.
Yeah, I think this was, and I mean this in a good way, a cast that not everyone is necessarily expecting. And I feel like a lot of people will come up with the gripe of like, these aren't all stars, and I'm just sort of like, okay, well then tell me you think the quality of drag is measured by your placement on Drag Race without telling me. It's just like, I feel like, we've got we've got a Miss Continental, we've got a girl who may have gone home first but has like created like her own YouTube empire, we've got who everyone respects. I just feel like these girls are stars in their own right that maybe are ranked in a way differently than a Drag Race placement.
Yeah, so, I think that the other part about this, though, is, if your idea of an All Stars has to have like the highest, most popular drag queens out there at any given moment,
we're running out.
Yeah, there's not going to be that many. So I like it. I like them dipping into it. I'm also very partial to any kind of All Stars situation, because The Voice is now doing All Stars in different countries.
Oh, okay.
Like they've already done it in France, they've already done it in Australia, and usually that will trickle over. So I would love for them to do an All Stars. I would go back in a heartbeat. It would be.
I was going to say, let it be known.
Yeah, it would be. Well,
she's ready and available.
She's already emailed the producers. So
yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Actually, I was gonna say, if you're having Joseph on next week, he's been working on the set of The Voice.
That's right. He's been doing COVID compliance.
I was gonna say, so get the in there.
He told me, he was like, it's so funny. I was swabbing Blake Shelton's nose last week.
That's so wild. Well, last chance they'll have to do that because it took him 12 years, but he's finally had enough.
Yep. Yeah, but
that and probably I think COVID compliance is also ending.
Yeah, COVID compliance is now a thing of the past, it seems.
Oh, that's right. He did mention.
Even though I literally just had it last week.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Cool. No symptoms, and I tested negative 3 days later, which is wild. But
wild.
I know it's not quite the life or death situation it used to be, which is insane.
Back to the lip sync assassin thing. Here's another question I have for you both. Don't you think if you're Raja O'Hara and you come out and you hear RuPaul say that if she loses, that Jimbo or that Jessica Wilde is going to get $30,000, don't you feel like they're going to be like, oh, I'll just throw this, like, I want my girl to have that money?
I mean, but if you do it, if you win, then the next week the girl gets 40.
I know, but you don't know who,
Yeah,
now if it's somebody that you have history with that you don't like, then you really want to go after it. But if you really love that queen, you can be like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna give it up.
Hey, I mean, it's hard to separate, business from personal. I'm sure, but I don't know that was really a song that really played to Raja's talent. And she's a great lip syncer, but I don't think that was and I love that song, but I don't feel like that was really I feel like that was the weakest lip sync of the season. Go figure, it was the most money.
And interestingly enough, I loved the titties. I thought that was really funny. But what I really did not love, and I don't love this about any time there's a reveal, I wish that they would just wait a little bit longer into the song. Like Jessica just ripped it out,
Yeah, I get that. And then it's sort of like you have to like elongate the gag throughout the entire, and it kind of loses its impact after the first verse.
Well, Raja did the same thing with her coat, though. She dropped it before the song even started. She dropped the coat.
Yeah,
I'm like, why did you even wear the coat out there if you're not
right? Just because it looks nice, for the walkout. Yeah, I feel like that's not really a song that caters well to a heavy wardrobe. Yeah. Layers.
Okay, so but we saw who went home, and we saw who won. But can we all agree that what the fuck, why Heidi wasn't in the top? Like, I thought that was crazy.
I don't know. That's another thing I have about like All Stars. Actually, not even just All Stars, but just the show in general is sometimes this judging is just whack. Like I'm kind of like, in no world was this actually based on the merit of the performance of the challenge. And I'm like, what is happening here? And people are like, oh, it's, for the story. And it's like, well, okay, sure. But eventually, if this keeps happening, I feel like the story then becomes the judging was bad. And I'm just like, you need to get it together.
I was really shocked that Heidi wasn't in the top. I thought all three of her looks
She's been doing great.
It seems like they're trying to go for the making her go crazy. She's the one that's supposed to go crazy this season.
Yeah,
I think she's gonna come out on top at some point.
I do too.
For one of these challenges.
She's so goddamn funny.
Yeah, she is hilarious.
I just can't even with her. Every time she opens her mouth, something falls out that's funny. We got to see Mistress a few weeks ago, and
nice.
I've seen years. I'm 48 this year. So much drag. One of the best drag queens I've ever seen live.
Oh my god, amazing!
Yeah,
I caught a glimpse of her at DragCon, but that's about it.
Well, and in my opinion, the trade of her season. So,
I mean, I wouldn't disagree.
I'm not sure if you think that, Nakia.
No.
Oh, you think that Mistress is the trade?
Oh, no way! See you at Bigger Vegas,
right? In fact, when I walked up to her, I think that's one of the things that I said when we were in the meet and greet. We met Latrice 2 nights before that. No, the weekend before that, we went to a meet and greet with Latrice at her show. I want to tell you something. Again, one of the best drag shows I've ever seen. Latrice not only did she come out and sing live the entire show.
Really? I didn't know she
Girl,
did.
she sang the whole show.
Work. Okay.
Okay. Not only did she do that and she killed it,
Mhm.
but she surprised us and had her fellow Texas or her fellow Queen and Texas legend, Kennedy Davenport show up,
There you
who
go.
then also sang live.
I did know she sang. Yeah.
I had no idea she sang.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's quite good too.
Angelic. I was
Mhm.
just floored. I was very, very impressed with that show. Not what I was expecting. I was thinking there's going to be a lot of comedy and some stand up. We saw Shangela a few weeks before that. It's very stand up.
All the Texas divas.
Big time. Yeah. Who's in town this week? Oh, Marsha is here Friday.
Oh,
but our friends are going. We're not going to do that. I wasn't a big Marsha fan.
I felt like I like her. I knew she wasn't gonna win, but it's kind of like every time she had a moment to perform, I feel like she delivered.
She definitely delivered on that one lip sync.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Josh, who are you right now? Who are your favorites
for this season of All Stars?
Yeah, like you had to pick the top 3 right now.
I would probably pick Jimbo and Heidi, and probably after that it's tough because everyone else sort of is okay.
Those are my 2, and then I would add Jessica. I didn't think I would like Jessica, but it's 3 episodes in, and I cannot get enough of Jessica Wilde.
It's crazy. She's season 2.
I know.
Season 2.
I think James would be my 3rd.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. I feel like James is gonna has been doing well, and I need to see her have like a moment. Because right now it's like only 3 episodes in, like we've only had 3 winners, and I feel like I feel like the next few episodes we'll see like who's pulling ahead.
Well, I think we get another acting challenge next week, so I think that will.
Okay.
James will do good in that. Will be good in that. And I have to say, shout out to James Manfield for representing the bondage community on.
There we go.
I was like, what? Okay, I had no. First of all, I had no idea.
Yeah. I get kink energy from her. Big time.
Oh, and Jason says that he didn't know that Monique Exchange sings opera. But
you mean Monet?
Yes. Now.
Oh yeah, Monet. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's fantastic. She just did like a stint with the Minneapolis, I think, Metropolitan Opera.
Yes.
It's amazing. Yeah.
I saw Ada Vox has also auditioned for America's Got Talent.
I'm doing a gig with her in 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm doing this
Texas Queen right there.
I'm performing for it's the Project Pride Sarasota is having their like Pride Gala fundraiser first week of June. And I'm flying out there to perform at it, and Ada Vox is the other
awesome.
the other entertainment act. So I'm excited to meet her. She's been on all the shows now.
I know, it's wild. I think she had already done American Idol.
Yeah, she's done American Idol. She did did she do AG? No, she's doing AGT now. And then she did Queen of the Universe.
Queen of the Universe.
Wasn't she in Queen of the Universe?
Yeah. I think she came in 2nd.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, and the new season of that's coming out soon, isn't
Correct.
it?
Oh, had that not happened yet? Oh wait, they announced the cast, but I don't know if it's come out yet.
And I haven't even seen the cast yet.
Oh, it's pretty good. There's a few names I recognize. Like I feel like there was a queen from another show. I want to say Legendary, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't want to misspeak.
I sent in a video audition for that the first year.
The Queens of the Universe.
Yeah, because I was doing drag all of 2019.
Oh, nice. Okay, I did not know that.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Darla Dane.
There you go.
Yeah. And there's talk. We were talking last week. There's talk of bringing Darla Dane back into the Crooniverse, if you will, of
Queen of the Crooniverse.
Yeah. So, okay. So, I wanted to play a clip of one of my favorite songs of yours.
Oh.
So let me pull this up.
I'm like, I don't know which one it is. So let's see if you chose right.
I hope you like me. I hope you like me more than I like myself. Killing me nightly, the way you make it so hard to call.
I love that.
I threw my hands up and I throw in the towel just to try to satisfy you. I try to stand up, but my body won't let me move. The serotonin goes up, and it
So
just
good.
won't stop rolling like thunder. Better be ready when it comes down, and it won't make a sound. You run for cover. I hope you're happy. I hope I'm giving y'all what you came here for.
So good.
Oh, okay. I'll accept that choice.
That's also started as one of your just like here's a TikTok demo.
Yes, kind of. That there's a whole story behind that one.
Okay.
As long as we're talking about music TV shows.
Sure.
Do you remember or did you watch that show, The American Song Contest?
Yes. So that
I saw posters in the subway for it.
the Eurovision of the United States.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So I was basically in the final 2 running of people to represent Wisconsin.
Wow.
For that show, with that song.
Oh, cool.
So one of the talent scouts hit me up on Instagram, and I've been you get some people I know you get some people in there with some things that are kind of like sketchy, but he kept talking, and I was like, oh, this, I might as well follow through with this. But I submitted a song, filled out whatever I had to do. They were interested. They set up a Zoom interview. They liked that. They said, can you submit a performance demo or like perform the song basically? So we did that. I signed all the contracts. I signed the thing with Atlantic that said they were going to distribute the songs. I was like, oh my God, this is happening. This is happening.
Yeah.
And then it was between me and I think one other dude. And they were like, sorry, we went a different direction. We think you're awesome. But so that didn't pan out. But
damn.
But it's honestly, it was disappointing. But honestly, it's the guy they ended up going with was so different from me.
Oh, wow.
That it was like, okay, so you were looking for something else.
Sure.
If it had been another kind of like artsy, like pop F slur,
sure.
I would have been a little raw about it.
Yeah.
But the guy they ended up going with, he was very kind of like blues, rockabilly, kind of like it was good. Yeah. But a little different.
Interesting.
And also, the show, I don't believe, ended up getting renewed. So,
for folks at home, basically the producers behind The Voice, and probably Kelly Clarkson's management company, who also manages Blake Shelton and Reba McEntire, Starstruck, came up with this idea to bring Eurovision style to the U.S., and it was going to be Kelly Clarkson and Snoop Dogg hosting it.
Yep.
And it was every state got to have a song, and then they would whittle it down, and it'd be the Great American Song, and nobody watched it.
I just think it's a hard sell in America because
time.
they had to bring in like actual celebrities to get people to tune in, because it's like, while Eurovision has been an institution in Europe for decades now, America, I feel like, is not really as interested in hearing like songs they don't know, like things like American Idol and The Voice have done so well, because even though it's new people, it's all songs here. It's like people you don't know, songs you don't know,
right?
And I feel like just gauging what I know about the American public, they're kind of like, all right, well, why should I care?
Right. Yeah.
So
well, I'm super glad that you were able to finally release that. Having signed very similar contracts, I can tell y'all listening at home that it could be a very tricky situation if you sign away some type of song or whatever to try to get it back. I just went through this with a song, a cover version that I'm going to be releasing soon.
Oh, nice.
Licensed it to them, all of the whole thing. It was ready to go. Then the pandemic happened, and then they just have sat on it. So all of the people, not just me, but all the other artists, basically, who cut these classic songs in different styles, it was just, it really sucks. So I'm glad you got to release it. It really is one of those songs, Z, that like as soon as it comes on, I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Oh,
I get going. Like
thank you.
it's
I'm very happy with how it turned out because it was quite the gestation period getting that one got ready to go.
Okay, so the next thing that we wanted to talk to you was actually this is gonna be fun. We're gonna try something new with you.
Oh.
So we're gonna ask you a series of questions.
Oh boy, okay.
It's kind of like word association. It's kind of like would you rather
this or that.
Oh,
okay.
This kind of thing. Okay.
All right.
So
is it just like quick react, or just do I kind of take my time a little bit?
No, you can take your time.
Okay.
So the first one, let me move this over so I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, there we go. It's funny. The first question in this stack is marry your ex or the last person you had sex with.
Wow, if he watches this, he's gonna fucking I'd rather marry my ex than marry the last person I had sex with, for sure.
Okay. How funny. Oh, and we already actually asked you this: classic All-Star rules versus winter season. So
I mean, I feel like both, but winners All-Star rules only for winter seasons.
And are you one of these people that gets into the idea of like an all first off season? All Miss Congeniality?
No, because I feel like that would be so backhanded.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe not, because if it was like all just the first offs, sure. But people who are like, let's do an early out season, that kind of feels a little shady.
Yeah.
So
I'm okay avoiding the all first out season.
I'm also not clamoring for it, personally.
Like James is great. Yeah, bring James back. But
James and Nakia was a first out as well.
Give us like 6 or 7 more seasons of the Golden Boot. And then I would love to do a season of all Golden Boots.
There we go. I actually, honestly, I want them to just take a year off from All Stars. like
RuPaul, step away from the producer's chair.
What made All Stars 2 so great is that we had to wait 4 years.
Right.
No.
And it was all
All Stars 2 was so great it was not All Stars 1. So.
Yeah. I mean, the bar was pretty low, but
All Stars 1. Oh my God.
I miss All Star 1 rules. So no. Nah. Said no one ever. So.
Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, talent, and synergy. Yeah.
Okay. First concert ticket you bought with your own money.
Ooh, with my own money. Oh, okay, that's different. My first concert ever, I think, was either Santana or Kelly Clarkson in 2003. But I think the first one I bought with my own money, I can't believe it, is One Republic.
Wow.
It was my first year in what was it? Sorry?
I said, come on, Ryan Tedder.
Honestly, one of my favorite male vocalists. I don't think he gets enough credit as a singer.
So good.
Oh my God. But yeah, that was 2008. It was my I just started college and I was finally living on my own.
Wow, and they were just hitting right there.
It was, they only had one album out at that point.
Yeah. Random side note, when I was on The Voice, our season of The Voice, and they changed it like 3 or 12 times since then.
Yeah.
But for our season, we sang original songs for our top 4.
Oh yeah.
And I was top 8, so I was one person away from getting an original song. So the top 16 got to meet with 16 or 32, one of the two. I think it's the top 16. We got to meet with all of these songwriters.
Oh, nice.
They brought them all into one room and just set them all down. And I was getting the fucking bass player from Stone Temple Pilots, talking to me, and all of these people, and Ryan Tedder was there, and one of my favorite songwriters, David Ryan Harris, who kind of came up around the same time John Mayer did, and they were all in the room. Butch Walker was all there pitching songs, and we're not really pitching songs yet. They wanted to see how we gelled together.
Got it. Okay.
And so they put us in. Here's 4 people
like
with Ryan Tedder.
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah. Or the way that Richard Linklater cast Dazed and Confused. He put all these teens and college-age kids in a room with pizza and beer, and was like, let's see who couples up. Like
okay.
But it was really, really cool, and Ryan was very, very nice. I don't think his song got chosen.
Interesting.
For one of the final fours. And then he came back and was a super mentor or something on the show.
Okay. Because I feel like he did Songland, which was which I think he was one of the main people on. It was him, Shane McNally, and Esther Dean. And that was like a 2-season run of a show. And they also ended up producing American Song Contest.
Well, and the other thing about that is again, producers from The Voice. Originally, Adam Levine was attached to Songland, and was going to host it.
Interesting. Okay,
that didn't happen because as soon as we were done with our season, all of the people behind that sent us the Songland stuff and was like, if you guys want to try out for this and you've been released from your contract, send us in your demos, whatever. And it was like Adam Levine presents Songland.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Next question. I'm excited for this one. Name a song with great lyrics, but not great vocals.
Well, okay. I don't know if it's not great vocals because I feel like most of the stuff I listen to is like the singers are pretty good. I don't know.
Sure.
Unless it's like a Bob Dylan song, which I'll be honest, I don't really like Bob Dylan. Sure. I don't like those new stuff. Okay. It's not that the vocals are bad.
I didn't say bad. I said it's not great.
Oh, okay. And it's not even that they're not great. It's more that this is not like a singer song. And he can sing, but the song Split Screen Sadness by John Mayer, who I guess we were just mentioned briefly, that has some of the oh my God, it's just like every phrase that he brings up in that one is just like the most specifically cutting to the core of a bittersweet, frustrating breakup. In a way where I'm just get out of my head. I wish I had written this. I don't know. I feel like I post that that song every couple months on my Instagram because it's so and it's hit at numerous points in my life. It's wild. I feel like it's worth checking out. It was an album cut from his second album, Heavier Things, which is I think my favorite one from him. But I feel like that one gets overlooked a lot. I feel like
you are bigger than your body.
Hey, that's often the goal. No, I think, I don't know. I don't know what it is about that one. I feel like that one gets overlooked, although it does have Daughters, which was a huge hit, but
huge.
But Clarity, Bigger Than My Body. Oh my God, what's the other? Come Back to Bed.
Dreaming with Your Heart Alone. Or,
Home Life. That's Continuum.
Oh, that's Continuum.
Yeah. But which another great one. But yeah. Anyway, I feel like Split Screen Sadness has some of my favorite lyrics of any song. Or Wake Up Alone, but by Amy Winehouse, but that was sung very well. So
for me, it would be San Diego Serenade, the original Tom Waits version.
Okay.
Nancy Griffith's version, of course, is far more palatable.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Tom Waits is you gotta be in a mood to listen to Tom Waits.
Yeah. Of course.
Josh, what were you saying?
Somebody in the audience was just asking if this was an American song we were talking about. So,
which one?
Probably the one that
John Mayer.
Yeah. Or is it talking about me? It's American.
There we go.
In which case, unfortunately.
Random. Here's another random thing
that
you might not know about me. Before I went out on my own and became a musical artist, I actually worked for a record label, record labels plural. And my last record label that I worked at was in Chicago. It was Aware Records, which was John's label. And
nice.
my experience with John is what got me the job at the label, because I was a field rep in Alabama, and back when he was, nobody basically, and they were trying to get him on the radio and stuff. And so fast forward.
Was this Room for Squares kind of
this is
era?
Before Room for Squares. Whoa. This is when he was recording Room for Squares.
Room for Circles.
Yeah. So In fact, I just had this same conversation last week with somebody because I'm seeing him here in Austin. I'm seeing John Mayer here in Austin, solo tour that he's doing later this year. And it will be the first time I've seen John solo since 2002, maybe.
Wow. That's taking it back.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Amazing.
And if you look right over that is the original cover of Room for Squares right there.
Okay, wait, which one is that one? Okay.
This is the original cover of Room for Squares. He's holding like a little photo thing like this.
Okay, I see.
Face. And that was from the album release party before the Columbia version came out, basically.
Okay.
And it's this huge ass poster that I stole from the thing that night. But before I forget, look how cute Robert and I looked on Friday. You can't really tell.
Oh, wait, what is this from?
It's from an 80s prom, and I'm wearing like this Duran Duran shirt, and he's dressed up like a preppy Coke dealer.
Yeah. Speaking of photo booth. Yeah.
Okay, next question.
All right.
Play an intimate show with less, more attentive fans, or play a big show with more fans but less attentive?
Oh, you mean an intimate show with more with less people but more attentive?
Right.
By big show, more attentive, are they like not paying attention?
They're not paying attention.
Okay, I think I'd rather do a more intimate one.
Yeah.
Than I think.
There's here. I'll give you a great example. Like an intimate show that you're doing at Hotel Cafe. For a room of what I think that's probably 150 people, 250 maybe at the most. Where people are really there to see you. People are coming to Hotel Cafe. They're either there to see you or they know it's good music.
Yeah.
And then, or like a showcase, like, someplace like South by Southwest or whatever, where you're basically playing for, maybe 1,000 people, but who knows who the fuck.
Yeah. They're just whoever happened to be there.
Right.
Yeah, no, I feel like in that, as long as I could do a full band show at Hotel Cafe or something like that, like, in like the main room or something, I would like that. I don't love doing stripped down shows.
Sure.
I don't know. I feel like every now and then, maybe I like doing, like, maybe I'll do a couple songs, but a lot of the stuff I write because I get excited by like production ideas I hear in my head. And,
sure.
While I have done acoustic versions of some of them, I feel like I am stripping away a lot of the elements that make it exciting. Like, I feel like these days, like, production is as much a part of the writing. And I know there are people who will be like, well, a great song can be stripped down as well. And I'm like, that is true.
Sure.
But I don't feel like one is necessarily better than the other. So I would, yeah. So as long as I could play an intimate show with the full band, then I would rather do that.
Well, that's a great opportunity to segue into something else I wanted to talk to you about, and that is our shared love of Dave Audet.
Dave, yes.
And the very cool thing is the reason. So I met Dave years ago at the Village Recorder in LA at a producers and engineers wing party for the Recording Academy, where we were honoring either Nile Rodgers or Rick Rubin, one of the two, and
two very small names
and two very different people.
Yeah,
but both very zen people, like very zen. Anyway, I met Dave and we connected, and we almost immediately were like, yes, we're going to work on something. But then we just, never happened, and then the pandemic happened. Right when the pandemic happened, I had just finished this song, Unstoppable, and I had two versions at that point. I had a very stripped down version, it was just me and an acoustic guitar, and then I had a more like adult contemporary acoustic version, if you will. And I sent it to him, and he was like, it was probably 5 minutes, and he wrote back and said, "This is it. I love this vocal. Let's do this." Now that was at the beginning of 2020, so it took forever to make all this work. But fast forward to last year, I had the chance to release my EP that had 5 different versions of the same song.
Yeah.
That started as a stripped down version, but then became a sped up remix. So that's the interesting thing, is that mine started slow and then he remixed it,
nice.
you know, into this faster thing. You, on the other hand, you met Dave in a completely different setting, and the way you created the song was completely different.
Yeah. We've never actually met face to face. We almost met face to face. So he literally just slid into my DMs. I'm not gonna lie, I did not know who he was at the time. But then
this kind of hot daddy hitting me.
I was kind of like, okay, well, he's hot too. And then I saw a photo of him with his wife, and I'm like, whatever.
On the DL.
Yeah, no. And plus he's playing all these like prides and stuff like that. I was sort of like, what the heck? Wait, are you guys still there?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, all right, cool. I was like, oh. No, I got a message from him. This was actually, it was wild because this is like right around the time where I signed the contract with American Song Contest, and then I got it, and then I got the DM from him, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is my life. Turn around. So he was just like, what I think it was his manager, who I think he also manages like Leanne Rimes and a few other people, but he had stumbled across my stuff and said, you should reach out to this guy because I know you're looking for, you know, writers and singers to be on this new project. So hit him up. And so we talked a little bit. He literally just sent me a track, and I was like, I will make this work. And so I just top lined a few things over it. I sent him basically exactly what the first verse and chorus of what it ended up being was, and he was like, yeah, it's great, keep going. I'm like, okay, no notes. He at no point did he be like, maybe try this or this. He just like trusted whatever I was doing.
That's great.
So then I wrote second verse, a little bit of a bridge. I sort of chopped the track up that he sent me to be more of a verse chorus verse format. And I recorded, and then I hit up my producer, and we did a vocal session for that. And then where I was like, just use whatever you feel like would work, and he just used it all. And it was honestly, it was so easy. He was very like good, and he spruced up the track to kind of really make it shine. And he ended up naming the album after he ended up making my song the title track, which was very cool. So yeah, I don't know, nothing but good things to say about the experience. I feel like one of my kind of like musical bucket list things to do was sort of to be like, you know, the featured like vocal vixen on like an EDM song, kind of like a like Sia on a David Guetta song.
Sure.
And you know,
well, the cool thing is I mean, for folks at home, Dave Ade, number one, is a Grammy Award-winning remix artist. You know, he won a Grammy for the Ariana Grande for
it was Ariana. It was Demi featuring Ariana,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he he's remixed Beyonce, Lady Gaga, like Miley. If they're, and these aren't just like, oh, I'm going to remix you and put me on my SoundCloud. These are official releases that went out, you know, from the label. And the other cool thing that you brought in Daryl to this, Daryl Brown, who is, you know, manages, helps. I don't even really know if that's what their exact relationship is. It's so strange. But anyway, I've known Daryl for years through the Recording Academy as well. He's actually a hit songwriter himself.
I did know that. Yeah.
And hit producer himself. And he is also very gay and very fun. If you ever get a chance to spend an evening somewhere with Daryl Brent, you have to do it.
Oh, I've met him a few times actually.
So much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah, he's a good time.
So for the folks at home, real quick, let's just play a little bit of Motions because it is so fucking good. I have to say, because they came out very close together. My song and your song.
I know Dave just knocks them out like one after the other.
I was like, Dave, do you not have like some kind of like pipeline or something?
No, ma'am.
Your hair looks great in this.
Thank you. It was right after. What this was is I dyed it blue and then let it fade.
Nice.
So it looks silver.
There must be something in the water, and it's making every son and every daughter going crazy from a feeling I've been trying to fight. Lately, everybody else around is trying to make me.
Oh, I just broke those glasses yesterday. I stepped on them filming a TikTok. Ugh.
That's terrible.
I know.
Oh, and there's Joseph, next week's guest. How random.
Yeah.
He looks so butch right there. So good, dude.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you got to perform this at New Year's Eve or something, didn't you?
What they did was there was like some like Las Vegas New Year's Eve televised thing where they featured that song a few times. Like there was like a performance to it.
Oh, gotcha.
Like the guy who hosted it. I don't know. He's like some like local
Dave
newscaster.
was the DJ.
Dave was the DJ. So they started out with like a pre-taped performance with like, and like the gag was like the newscaster is like doing the dance with these dancers.
Gotcha.
And so it was like, wow, look at that. And then throughout the songs, like in between, like the interstitials, like they would play it as like fireworks were going off, like before the ads come back. And then Dave was DJing throughout the night as well.
That's random. And
Yeah.
so much
it was
fun.
Good. It was a good time.
Okay, more questions.
Oh, yeah.
Which would you rather be? Allergic to sex or allergic to making out? Audience at home, you can let us know as well.
You know what? Judge me. Making out. Allergic to making out.
Yeah, you know, I have to say,
Sorry.
I making out is one of my favorite things in the entire world.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I said I'd rather be allergic to making out.
Oh, gotcha. Oh no, I see what you're saying. So you'd rather have sex. Gotcha.
Well, you know, I'm sure I'm kind of in a point in my life where I'm kind of like fuck love, fuck intimacy. Like I don't need nobody. I'm just trying to get my. And I'm sure as you know, emotions settle, I may change my mind. But I'm not that serene yet. So.
I think for me it would probably be allergic to allergic to sex.
Yeah.
And I just base that off of like I feel like I've had enough sex if I'd be fine.
Yeah.
I'd hate it, but I'd probably be fine.
I'd resent it forever. Yeah. It's so hard because it's like I kind of like the two kind of go hand in hand for me.
Right?
So
oh no, literally.
Yeah.
Not Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman, so
fair enough.
Yeah, that's a good look at you coming in with the reference.
Well, I know my movies.
Yeah. Now, Josh, you have a little experience with this next question. So we're not for you personally, not you would wear these personally. Which would you rather see on someone?
Okay.
A jockstrap or tidy whities?
Jockstrap. I don't know. I feel like I won't say no to either, but I don't know. One of the most such a fun little thing is when you find out someone's wearing a jockstrap and you didn't know it. I love a surprise jockstrap. It's so fun. It's so fun.
That
like
is,
all this time,
right? That is a very fun thing when you're out with somebody. You're like, oh, he's got on the
and then the night leads to a point where you end up finding out, and you're like, oh, so you were prepared. So, that's very fun.
So for me, it's always going to be tidy.
And wait, so you have experience with this? What was this?
Because he wears all this stuff on the shows.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I have fans who enjoy the use of underwear that I have for.
Got it. Okay.
Plus, I've modeled for I modeled for leather jockstrap company. So.
Oh, nice.
Yes, correct. Hang on. I'm just gonna.
Oh, that's Georgie Jr. said. Surprise Jockstrap is a great EP album title.
There you go. Who's to say it isn't already? It's not yet, but you know.
It should be.
What was the name of the movie you did with Jose?
Which one? La Colombiana?
Yeah.
I'm not wearing a jockstrap in that one. I'm wearing nothing in that one.
No, I thought you were wearing tidy whities in it.
No.
Oh. What about
we'll have to go back and check.
What are you wearing tidy whities in? Oh, Pig.
Yes.
Pig. That's what it was. That's what I'm thinking of.
Where I had a full head facial prosthetics to make me look like a humanoid pig. Yes.
There we go.
Tidy whities. So
yeah. If Coronavirus fans, if you've ever wanted to make Josh squeal like a pig, you should watch the short film Pig.
Yep.
And if you ever want to watch Josh receive oral sex, you should watch La Colomba. What?
I'm not receiving it. I am being whipped in that.
Oh, that's right. You're being whipped. Yeah.
Oh, get it. Come on.
Yeah, I'm a sub bottom in that. So
it's very
method acting.
Yes.
I just do what the audience demands. So
so speaking of audience demands, one of the things that I wanted to bring up before we let you go, because we're running out of time.
No worries.
We've had Tom Goss on the show multiple times. Tom and I have a long history of together, and we've had him on the show here, but we've also had Tom Goss on season 5 of Skeleton Crew. So my question to you is, would you ever be open to a cameo appearance in one of these Crewniverse shows like Skeleton Crew, Demon Doctor, or perhaps one of the shows that Josh and I are working on right now, like Crooked Cabaret, which would be a musical based show?
Oh, yeah. I mean, as long as it was more singing than acting for your sake. Sure. I haven't acted in quite some time, to be honest.
What was the last thing you acted in?
When I was working customer service, acting like everything was cool. I don't know. Honestly,
that is a performance. So
maybe I only got so much in me.
Right.
No, I haven't I don't know. I remember I was in a couple of Joseph's TikToks before. I also probably not since I was in a musical back in high school.
Wow.
Acting is not like.
What did you do in high school?
They were so they were really obscure, dark plays. There was this one called The Visit, where it's about. Now that I'm thinking back, it's why did we choose these? It was this really dark play about this guy who lives in this town that is completely bankrupt, and everything, they're all starving. They all have no money in the town, and then this woman that he wronged years ago comes back, and she is exorbitantly rich, and she's I will save this town if you guys kill this guy.
Wow.
And the whole play is the town being conflicted about what to do, because they're all on the brink of starvation, and in the end they do. So
play.
This is a Swiss play. How did you end up doing a Swiss play?
Because I lived overseas at an international school, and I think the drama teacher was this British guy, and I thought it was German or something like that.
Well, it was written by a Swiss playwright who wrote in German.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Gotcha.
So anyway, I think I was the schoolmaster or something like that in that
play.
It was dark and weird, but
I love this. I can't wait to read it.
Yeah, I had a few monologues and everything, and I was yeah.
One of the things that we do on Power Hour sometimes is we will take a play typically written by Joshua R. Pangborn and invite people on to read it. But we've been asked multiple times by members of the Crewniverse fandom to do readings of other movies, or other TV shows, famous episodes of TV shows. Movies. So that could be a lot of fun as well. But I do think it would be great to get you into the Crewniverse proper and actually have you in a show somewhere. Maybe Brooklyn Butcher, maybe.
Maybe you never know.
Yeah.
I'm you know what? I'd say never say never. Hit me
When
up.
are you going to be in New York again?
I might be there in July, actually.
For a club show?
No, that's in September, I believe.
Gotcha.
But no, so it's a lot. It might be for a show. It might be to work with some producers. It might just be to get out of LA and see friends.
Sure.
Might be a little bit of everything.
Good for you.
But right now the plan is like late July.
Okay.
Right now.
Man, I really need to get up there. Josh has things for me to shoot. I miss seeing my friends in person.
Are you based in New York?
I am based in New York, yes.
Okay, cool. All right.
I am Queens based.
So. Oh, nice. Very cool.
Queens based
Yeah.
Queen.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I'm in Austin, Texas. Now, the other thing that I can't not bring up, so we can get you on record for this is the probably the first comment I made to you when it became public that we were performing, and we both knew we were performing together at Cannonball, was that we had many months to write and produce and record our first duet. So folks listening at home, if you've got song title ideas you want to send our way,
surprise jockstrap.
I was gonna say right there you go.
I mean, you know what, that's not a bad, like, I'm
into the concept, clearly. So
yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay.
Except at Cannonball, it's not so much a surprise. It's just expected.
Are they wearing anything at Cannonball? That's the
in public, yes.
Yeah, it's not Western Exposure. Yeah, Western Exposure, you could be.
Yeah, there's no CCBC.
I would know. I've never been.
There's a dark room.
So.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
Okay, good. What are your thoughts on dark rooms? Is that something that you enjoy?
I did. yeah. Why not? I feel like, go in there with, just temper your expectations, but also just, I don't know, just have fun.
Yeah. Temper your expectations and keep your respectations high, because you need to respect.
Don't go in there drunk.
No, I hate girls that go in there like that. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
so that's bullshit. Like, don't get in there and do that.
Very dark.
Yeah.
So
it's one of my favorite things about rock bars. They're dark nights like that. I think it's just, to me, like, that's when I was like I started to say when I was a kid growing up, but when I was coming up in the world of queer culture and gay bars, that's what I knew. You didn't want to bring a lot of attention to where you were, because people would fucking beat your ass.
Yep.
So, that's what I kind of experienced growing up. So one of my very first times in a real, like, bare, leather space was the Atlanta Eagle.
Oh, nice.
That Atlanta Eagle in the 90s. That's when I lived in the 90s in Atlanta. I mean, that was a rough spot,
nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That's where I met Hadrian for the first time. You know Hadrian and Bailey?
Yes, I do. Well, okay. I know Hadrian. I know who Hadrian is.
Sure.
Yes.
So that's, we go that far back into the 90s. That was the first time that I met Hadrian. And boy, she was such a bitch back then. I love Hadrian.
Were we all in our youth? Though?
No, I listened.
We thought we knew everything.
Dick. I was a total dick. Yeah. There are guys. There are two guys that I know that are probably the only people that I know that every time I see them, they won't talk to me, and I can think, oh yeah, I was kind of a dick when I knew those guys. And it's most of the time I'm still friends with people, even if we've had fallouts and stuff. Not these two guys. So it's
not everyone's for everyone. It's all
That's
good.
Exactly right. That's exactly right.
But you've been
so lovely tonight. I wish you will definitely come back again when we've got something that you're going to be doing that you need to promote. You can always welcome back here.
Thank you so much.
For Joshua and I both. As I mentioned, I think earlier in DM, the whole point here of the longer conversation this time is so that we can edit it down into the pod, which we're really excited about. And this, for the Crewniversians out there, this will live on the SideKick YouTube channel until season 1 of SideKick Power Hour comes out. and then the episodes will then the edited episodes will live up there, and then the Patreon members will have access to this long full version.
Nice.
So yeah. So thank you again for being here. I'm really excited for folks to find out tomorrow when you will be releasing How Will I Know, which is, one of the most iconic, both 80 songs, Whitney songs. Remind me the next time I see you, to tell you about a party I went to in WeHo right after Whitney died, for Halloween. It was wild.
Oh boy. All right, you got it.
It was wild times.
We'll talk in October.
Right. Folks at home, follow Z Machine Music on TikTok and Twitter, or at Z Machine on Instagram. And we best talk before then, because I'm serious, we're going to write surprise jockstrap. So,
fuck yeah.
Thanks again for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a good time.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye.
babes.
That was so much fun.
It was. It's fun to watch you geek out with music and all that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I barely let you get a word in. I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay. I'm used to it when I'm around you. So.
Come on now.
Besides, I have nothing to add, because, as I've said many times on this, I've never been to a bear run before. So,
well, you know what? It's all good. If you are listening right now and you think that Joshua should attend a bear run, a bear event like Western Exposure or Cannonball or Bigger Vegas or Tidal Wave, which is happening next month, let us know. Where would you like to bump in? I would like to go to Bear Scott's. That's where we should go together.
Is that in Scotland?
It's in London. No, Liverpool, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I may be wrong. Maybe it is in Scotland.
Why? I was going to say, why is it called Bear Scott's then?
Is Shankar Hedren still on?
I don't think so. It's very late for him.
It's in Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. So Scotland, yes.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. And then we get to, well, who knows? Maybe I'll go to Bigger Vegas after you and I talk more about what you heard from Garrett. So.
Oh yeah, we'll see. Okay, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great. It was really wonderful to hear Z Machine's backstory and some of these songs that he's done. I know that song that he talked about for the song competition, because I follow him on TikTok, so I saw a lot of posts about that, and I saw a lot of people posting lip syncing that and everything. So
gotcha.
Lachu Bear thinks Bigger Vegas or Chub Fest would be great for me.
You know what? If you'll go to Chub Fest, I'll go to Chub Fest. That just happened 2 weekends ago.
Well, then I guess I can't go. It's done.
It's over. Well, it's over.
It's over now. I think that's the song, isn't it?
You go through your comments, I mean your notifications on and followers on Instagram and like every day, and see who's followed you.
I try to. My Instagram is really awful. For whatever reason, it does not alert me when I have a follower. And when I go to the messages, when I go to the alerts, it tells me when I get comments. It tells me when I get likes. It doesn't tell me when I get followers. And so I have to actually go into my main account, and I have to actually go to my followers and look and see who's new on the list.
Wow, really?
I don't know why. I've deleted the app and tried and added it back. It doesn't change anything. I've tried it on the computer. It doesn't show me anything there. For whatever reason, it shows me for all my other accounts, for Skeleton Crew the series, for Demon Doctor the series, for SideKick Power Hour, it tells me who follows me. But with SideKick Productions, I do not get an alert when someone follows me, and I don't get anything.
That is wild.
It is bizarre, and I can't. I Google. I'm searching for why this is, but there's nothing to explain it to me. There's nothing. So.
Wow. I'm sorry, Bubba.
It's very stressful, actually. Thank you for triggering me.
Well, but speaking of Instagram, don't you have some news about something about Instagram?
I mean, we have our new Instagram account for SideKick Power Hour.
Yeah,
and it is very simple, at SideKick Power Hour. Oh, look, Jalen has the same problem as I do. He says the same to me. So see, I'm not the only person who's having problems with Instagram.
You're not the only one. So did we secure casting at?
And yes, we have casting at sidekickproductions.org.
Okay, great. Then I am about to let the world know one of the first things we're going to be posting is this little thingy right here.
I'm excited to see what you're posting. What is this?
Are you a fan of the Coronaverse who has experience with video editing? Do you have the time and interest in becoming the new editor for our weekly show, SideKick Power Hour? Send us a link to some of your work. Tell us about yourselves. All levels of experience considered. Casting at sidekickproductions.org.
That's right. I fully admit that there are some things I can't do at all. So we're looking for some help to help me do it all. I can do most things. I can't do everything. So therefore, we're reaching out for some help.
Yeah, we would really love it. If anybody out there, please send us an email. Let's put up a quick, I'll grab a banner here. Not posting it. This is right, correct?
I think so. Let me just make sure. Yeah. At SideKick Productions. Yep, that's right.
Sweet.
So email us at the email below, casting at sidekickproductions.org, if you would like to help us do some editing for this particular podcast.
Yes. And that is what we will be focusing on. Where the editing will be whittling down these
3-hour buckets of gold into a small, tiny, hour-long glass of gold.
Correct. Graphics.
Although I don't really like gold, I'm more of a silver. It's because I'm so pale and also blue eyes.
Blue eyes, baby's got blue eyes.
I love it.
Wait, all right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But you have to go back in. Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3. But you have to tilt your head the other way. 1, yeah, that way. No, the other way. That way. All right, ready? 1, no.
I'm ready now.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I can't get my head to tilt. One more time.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god.
It's so awkward.
That was too funny. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, so let's wind it down. Let's take a recap. Tonight we had on Z Machine on the SideKick Power Hour Live. We covered a lot tonight with Z.
We did. We learned a great deal about the origins of some of the songs that he writes. And I'm really excited for people to see you and him do Cannonball together.
Yeah, me too. And I'm excited to write Surprise Jockstrap.
Are you on the same stage as him? Like at the same?
Yeah,
like...
it's just So he goes on just before I do, and then I wrap things up, and we're done.
Oh, so
there's a local person before him.
So you're the headliner.
I don't know that this is not like a festival, so I think
we're going with that, everyone. So.
Okay.
He's the Bob Dylan at Woodstock.
Ugh.
I don't know. Does Bob Dylan perform at Woodstock? Is that even the same time period? I don't even know. I only know Bob Dylan because Z Machine mentioned the name tonight. So, and also because of Soy Bomb from the Grammys in 1990 something. That's so cool though, and I think that I mean my head's already running. If you don't write it with Z, we should write it together because Surprise Jockstrap, I've got lyrics in my head already. So.
Oh my god. Surprise Jockstrap. It really does remind me of. I mean, that's a real thing that happens. So
I feel like it needs to have like a tune to like Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini kind of thing.
Oh, interesting.
It was a surprise jockstrap. I don't know.
Wow, that was pretty cool.
Yes, it was. You know me, I can say words and sing relatively melodically.
Well,
Blatchy Bear is helping us with some history. Dylan lived in Woodstock in the 60s, but he didn't perform at Woodstock.
Where are you, Blatchy Bear? You know all this information.
Blatchy Bear, I think you're East Coast based, but I'm not sure. I could also be completely wrong and making that up.
So next week we've got Joseph Schless.
Yes.
Schless.
We saw in the video tonight.
We did.
Did you know he was in that video when you played it?
I did not. I knew that there was a guy in the video because I remember the video, but I did not remember it was Joseph. So it was even funnier for me.
That is funny. Oh, Blatchy Bear is in Chicago.
Oh, that's where I used to live before I moved here.
I am from Chicago.
I'm from Chicago.
That's a Drag Race reference for everyone who doesn't get that. So,
great. So,
we know it is
another space that has a great dark room area is Touche and Jackhammer. Both have great spaces for dark play.
What city are those in?
Chicago.
Oh, okay. See, I learned about dark rooms by watching Queer as Folk when I was a child, because in the bar in Babylon they had the dark room, and I was like, they can't really have these in bars. It seems like it's illegal for them to go and have sex in the back room. Because I was so young and innocent and naive, grew up in a town of 500 people. I didn't know any of these things. I'm just like, what? They would do these things? How bizarre. This must be just television. And then I realized that they know, in fact, they do these things in bars. So, and they convert bars into them. I'm still confused how they can do it legally, but
Who knows how they do it?
They must pay some sort of mafia fee or something to protect them.
Who knows?
But I have never been to a dark room, and other than like for lights and cameras and all that.
Sure.
But that's okay. If you have been to a dark room, good for you, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was a good experience for you. And if it wasn't a good experience, I'm sorry about that. I feel like it's very hit or miss for some people.
Yeah.
How different is it than a bathhouse?
Very different.
Is it because the bathhouse isn't dark?
Yeah, but well, most bathhouses, like traditional old school bathhouses, are kind of dark. I've only been to one, so I don't know why I'm suddenly an expert.
Well, because you've been to more than me. I've only made them on television. That's all.
Yeah, if you count the one I was in on television, then 2.
Then 2. There you go.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So they're both dark. It's just with dark rooms. I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess in both spaces, depending on what type of bathhouse it is, but definitely with dark rooms, I think there's a certain expectation of there's more of an expectation of like participation in a dark room than there would be in a bathhouse per se. Like in a bathhouse, like let's say like the one in Vegas that they took us to for bigger Vegas outing. You know, there's several different areas. So there was an area that looked like it was, you know, the halls of a hotel where there were doors. And if you rent a room and you wanted to be in there, then that was you could rent a room. You know, that's how it worked. You rent the room, it's yours to get a key for it. Then there was a theater that was open seating, you know, and so you could not seating really. Well, yeah, kind of seating, but you had to kind of like step up. Like you would have had trouble like getting up to the first step. But
I'm short, everyone.
there's pouring on in front, and then there's like kind of stadium like bleachers, but very small.
It's a movie theater. It's a
yeah,
cinema.
kind of, but like the size of this room. And then there's another area that had a little pool, and another area that had like open showers where you could see people showering and stuff, and then there's another area that had a sling, and another area in that same area with the sling there was a cross, and there was a fuck bench, and a smattering of furniture here and there, mostly not though, and kind of a locker area, but whatever, and a jacuzzi, like a big like jacuzzi.
So it sounds like what we did in Skeleton Crew was somewhat accurate then.
Yes.
And because my experience with bathhouses is only because I saw them on Crew as Folk again.
Right.
So, now is a dark room pitch dark? Is it?
No, I mean like the one at Rock Bar. There's typically one red bulb on,
like a red light district then,
or they'll have like porn on the TV.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Flatchu Bear says that they were great in the 90s.
Dark rooms were great in the 90s.
But let the youngsters have them now.
Gotcha.
That's fair.
So, he probably was, if New Orleans in the 90s had some of the most outrageous public, like, gay sex stuff probably that was going on. I mean, I heard so many stories. Oh, my God. I actually... just with my history with addiction and stuff, like I kind of avoided New Orleans on purpose because I was terrified I would go there and get strung out on something or someone or both and end up dead. Like I just from hearing my friends talk about it, I was like, oh, that's not someplace I want to be, And then I didn't go until 2018, I think, or 2017, one of the two.
Really? That recently was when you went to New Orleans?
No, that's not true. The very first time I went to New Orleans was in 2015, I think. But it was not to play a show. 2017 or 2018 was my first time playing a show there.
Well, that's pretty recent.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you've been to most major cities and areas.
Yeah. No, I'm
Even
not.
you're a Southerner, so
I've not. I really, my lack of interstate travel is actually kind of lame.
I mean, you travel more than I do.
Okay, how many states have you been to?
What do you consider going to? Like physically being in the state?
Yeah.
For like a minute or
overnight?
Overnight. Okay. So I guess we'll go West Coast to East Coast. So Washington State, California State, Alaska because of a cruise. So that, then Texas, then Georgia, then Florida, then Washington, D.C., then
technically not a state.
Man, but it should be. And then I've never spent the night in New Jersey, but I've been to New Jersey a great deal.
You did spend the night in New Jersey. You filmed the movie there.
New Jersey Web Fest.
And New Jersey Web Fest.
Yes. So I did spend that in New Jersey. You're right. Pennsylvania, New York, obviously.
You've been to a lot of fucking states, Josh.
Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New Hampshire.
How many is that?
That is 13.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. Washington State. Wait, I'm gonna need a map.
You don't see the map in your head?
No, I can't see it in my head. Okay. Washington State, Oregon, California, Nevada, Arizona, Texas. Did I spend the night in Oklahoma? No. Colorado. Missouri. Louisiana. Illinois, Minnesota, Michigan, Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. I should have just done the ones I didn't go to.
Yeah, so girl, you're like over like 30 something states right now.
I don't think I've stayed overnight in New Jersey, but I have been in DC, not Vermont, not Maine, not New Hampshire, not Maryland, not Rhode Island, not Connecticut. Wow, fuck those states. Basically the entire northeast of the United States. I'm just like, nah, fuck off.
The cool part of the country.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Blood Bear says that New Orleans, especially the gay lifestyle there in the 90s, was awesome. It's sadly it's not the same since 2005.
Gotcha.
Which I believe was Katrina. So
I believe that's correct.
I think that's right. Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Hurricane Katrina for our people internationally watching.
Yeah, I think people probably know.
Well, some people might think we're talking about some sort of mean woman named Katrina, like the precursor to Karen.
What do you? Huh?
Like a precursor to Karen, like, oh, Katrina, she was in Louisiana and she just tore it apart, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like Central Park Karen or there's the new Karen in New York City, City Bike Karen.
City Bike Karen. I don't know about this. Bring her up next time. We are running out of time. Yeah, thanks everybody for being here tonight. We really appreciate it. Huge shout out to Z Machine. Don't want to forget that if you're a fan of the Coronaverse who has experience with video editing and you think you have the time and interest in becoming the new editor for this very show, SideKick Power Hour, please send us a link to some of your work. Tell us about yourself, why you want to be involved. All levels of experience are considered. If all you do is edit on your phone, we'll figure it out. Casting at sidekickproductions.org. We really appreciate it. We do this every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, sidekickpowerhour.com. I don't know why I was holding my face, but I was. And really, really enjoyed the show tonight. It was a lot of fun. Next week, we'll be on with Joseph Sless. We might also have next week Derek Wayne Combs from Cannonball. We might have Diego Larens from Long Beach, who does graphic design for Cannonball, and Tom Goss and me and a bunch of other people. Who knows? But if you have an idea for a guest, let us know. Send an email to casting@sidekickproductions.org, or a topic that you want to hear us discuss, and you're too shy to send it on a comment. Maybe you don't want people to know that you want to discuss this, or you don't want people to know that you have a guest idea. Casting@sidekickproductions.org. Thanks so much, Josh. I really appreciate it.
I had a wonderful time. Thank you, Nakia.
I did too. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
And that's the tea.